Minister Amit Shah hits out at opposition over CAA, accuses the opposition of blocking the legislation for appeasement. Mamata Banerjee called CAA divisive. India booms at the Bharat Shakti exercise in Pokhran. Prime Minister Modi watches live war drill at India's nuclear site. Big Atmanirbhar moment. First ever Tejas crash. Indian Air Force light combat aircraft crashes near Jaisalmer during an operational training sortie. While the pilot ejected safely, a court of inquiry has been ordered. The big news break coming in. The State Bank of India has submitted the electoral donor details to the Election Commission. The SBI finally complies with the Supreme Court order. EC to publish SBI data on March 15th by 5 p.m. Sources tell us SBI submits raw data to the EC as mandated by the top court of the country. I want to bring in my colleague Nalini, who's joining us now. Nalini, will you get us up to speed with the latest?
Well, Preeti, this information is coming in from our colleague Sanjay Sharma, who confirms that through the Election Commission sources, all the data regarding the electoral bonds has been submitted by the State Bank of India to the Election Commission. But a few important riders. Number one, the data is in completely raw format, so which is why it's going to take the Election Commission a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to ensure that it's published by the deadline of the 15th of March that has been set by the Supreme Court. Along with that, what Sanjay Sharma also tells us that highly placed sources within the Election Commission have confirmed that the Election Commission is in the process of putting out the pre-2019 data, as was asked by the Supreme Court yesterday on its website. But it's being done in a phased manner, and it's expected to be up on the website simultaneously along with this new data on electoral bonds that has been submitted by the SBI. SBI has managed to meet the deadline, which means that the Supreme Court will not be going ahead with the contempt proceedings against them, for which they had been categorically warned by the Chief Justice of India yesterday. But at the same time, now what remains to be seen is whether or not the Election Commission of India will be able to meet the 15th March deadline and publish all of this data on its website by 5 p.m. on the 15th of March or not.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Nalini, with the latest coming in there. We're going to keep a close eye on all developments. 15th March, 5 p.m. is when the Election Commission of India needs to publish that list. But let's move on to the other developing story that is breaking. Congress has released the second list of candidates for the Lok Sabha polls. Now, the party released its second list of 43 candidates. It's already given out the names of 39 for Lok Sabha elections. In midst of suspense looming over the party's pick for Amethi, which will not happen right now because the CEC did not discuss Uttar Pradesh yesterday. The states that were discussed, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, the second list has seen a few congressmen and their sons taking over where the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. Gaurav Gogoi, the son of Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, will be contesting from Jorhat. Gaurav Gogoi, very vocal where Parliament is concerned. Kamal Nath's son, Nakul Nath, who's a sitting MP from Chhindwara, will fight from Chhindwara again. Vaibhav Gehlot will also try his luck the second time around. The last time he had contested from Jodhpur. He will now be contesting from Rajasthan's Jalore. Ashok Gehlot will not fight Lok Sabha elections. Sachin Pilot has also dropped out of the 2024 race, will not be contesting from Rajasthan, but will focus, like he told the CEC, on 4 seats, which is in his area of influence, which is the Tonk-Ajmer region.
Assam Dihu Joyram Engling, Assam Karimganj Hafiz Rashid Ahmad Choudhary, Assam Silchar Surjaya Kant Sarkar, Assam Nagaon Pratyut Bardoli, Assam Gazringa Srimadi Rosalina Turki, Assam Jorhat Gaurav Gogoi. Then Rajasthan Bikaner Govindram Meghwal, Jodhpur Rajasthan Karan Singh Chuchiada, Rajasthan Jalore Vaibhav Gehlot, Rajasthan Udaipur Tarachand Meena, Rajasthan Chittorgarh Udayalal Anchana, मध्य प्रदेश मंडला एसपी ओमकार सिंह मार्कम, मध्य प्रदेश छिंदवाड़ा नकुल नाथ, मध्य प्रदेश देवास राजेंद्र मालव्या, मध्य प्रदेश दार राधेश्याम मोहन।
क्योंकि ये लिस्ट फाइनल हो चुकी है तो हम अपनी जो लक्ष्य है, हमारा जो मकसद है वो तय हो चुका है और फिर कुछ ही दिनों के बाद हम अपनी रणनीति तैयार करेंगे।
सर, कल गवर्नमेंट ने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है सीएए को, आप कैसे देखते हैं? क्योंकि असम में उसका प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, आप कैसे देखते हैं?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि विशेष रूप से मैं उत्तर पूर्वांचल का हूं और उत्तर पूर्वांचल के संदर्भ में ये कहना चाहूंगा।
Cutting across to my colleague Moshmi, who's joining us live from the Congress headquarters. The second list, Moshmi, out. And as expected, the big guns in terms of, in a state like Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, Sachin Pilot deciding to stay away from a direct contest, but campaign.
Right, Preeti, the big faces, the big names are missing in this list, apart from Gaurav Gogoi or perhaps the two sons of former chief ministers Vaibhav Gehlot and Nakul Nath. We don't see that the veterans are giving this contest a real challenge. And we are told that in the CEC yesterday, in fact, the big question really was that if Bhupesh Baghel could take the plunge in Chhattisgarh, why not Ashok Gehlot? Because he's not the CLP leader or there's any additional responsibility that has been given to him. But perhaps a senior leader replied that, cited his deteriorating health and his ill health as far as not contesting from Jodhpur is concerned. It's also significant that Vaibhav Gehlot changes his constituency to Jalore. But we are told that the bigwigs have been told to concentrate on 3-4 constituencies or their strongholds. CP Joshi told to concentrate on Baswara, Udaipur, Ashok Gehlot to concentrate on Jalore, the Jodhpur belt, and Sachin Pilot would look at 4-5 constituencies in Savai Madhopur, Bharatpur and Tonk, Dosa region. And thereby, try and get maximum wins for the Congress party. We'll have to wait and see because the most eyed for list is of Uttar Pradesh and the next CEC would be on the 15th, Preeti. So we'll have to wait and see whether the other bigwigs are in the contest or they would also, their names would be also found missing.
Moshmi, not the entire list of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat has been released. Can we say for sure that the likes of Sachin Pilot are completely ruled out now and they will not fight Lok Sabha? Is that now off the table?
That's right, Preeti. That's off the table. Though Ashok Gehlot, Kamal Nath, Sachin Pilot, they would not be contesting. Digvijay Singh has also declined. In fact, I'm told he is hesitant to contest and perhaps given another name from Rajgarh, which is his stronghold. Priyavrat Singh, his name was being circulated, but that constituency is on hold. We don't find it mentioned in the list. And Harish Rawat, Haridwar also is on hold. That also is not mentioned in the list. So these two other bigwigs, their names or their constituencies have not been doled out. So we know for sure then that two former chief ministers would be giving this a miss and a deputy chief minister would also not be contesting and making candidates contest. But the big question mark really is that is the messaging going to have more impact if the leaders give it a miss and make people contest, or would it have been better to lead by example, fight it out, take the hit, take the misses and give the punches, and that would be like enthusing your party cadre and party workers. Because the BJP, on the other hand, adopts that approach that even in a municipality election, you've got the top bigwigs, the top leadership, campaigning for the party. And that really is an electrification or is really enthusing the cadre. So one will have to see which strategy actually works for which party.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Moshmi, with the latest there. Meanwhile, let's shift focus to the biggest news development of the day, and it came from Haryana. Because within 10 hours of the news break, Haryana had a new chief minister and the BJP had one ally shot. A change of guard in Haryana. Nayab Saini takes charge as the new chief minister, replacing ML Khattar, who resigned shortly earlier. Now, from the old Haryana cabinet, BJP leaders Kamar Pal Gujar, Jai Prakash Dalal, Banwari Lal and Mulchand Sharma also took oath as Haryana's cabinet ministers. Independent MLA Ranjit Singh Chautala also has taken oath as the minister in the BJP-led state. The JJP and the BJP are now no longer allies, and interesting to note, 4 of the 10 JJP MLAs were there at the oath-taking ceremony. All right, let's quickly cut across to our reporters. Poulomi Saha joining us live. Poulomi, take us through the various factors that this change was affected and as quickly as it was.
Absolutely. As far as the BJP was concerned, that was a very sudden decision taken by the party. Though, of course, we'd heard murmurs concerning the same for a very, very long time in the past 5 years, concerning, of course, whether Manohar Lal Khattar would be replaced, would be dropped, and, of course, the strained ties between the two former partners now, BJP and the JJP. It appears the BJP has killed 2 birds with 1 stone. One, of course, what they've done is they've snapped ties with the JJP, which allows it to go into the elections in 2019, the Lok Sabha elections, all by itself, and of course solidify its own ground in Haryana as well. Then the and the JJP and the Congress will eat into each other's votes then, which only stands to benefit the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it's a calculated political decision as well that the BJP has taken. It was not all about the give and take that was happening between the JJP and the BJP concerning Lok Sabha seats. Also, the fact that there was so much anti-incumbency against Manohar Lal Khattar. You brought in someone who already is the state president of the Haryana unit, is considered to be extremely close to Mr. Khattar, but of course has been chosen by the top brass, the High Command, for a certain reason, that he will in fact manage the government in the interim period, and of course it will be incumbent that he takes instructions from the central leadership and effect all of that on the ground, and they believe so that Nayab Singh Saini will be able to do that as well. So the anti-incumbency factor, which was becoming quite a worrisome factor for the Bharatiya Janata Party going into the assembly elections of Haryana. The Lok Sabha elections, they believe they're on a strong footing, especially because of Prime Minister Modi's charisma. He will campaign their past performance in 2019, but assembly was the bigger worry, and now they've got enough amount of time in order to build the ground going into the assembly elections that will hopefully happen in October 2024.
All right, Poulomi, appreciate you joining us. Let's quickly cut across to Ravindra Singh Sharon, senior journalist, who's also live with us. Sharon ji, अगर आप क्या अनुमान लगाते हैं, ये जो चेंज इफेक्ट हुआ है, जो 11वां सीएम हरियाणा को मिला है नायाब सिंह सैनी के नाम पर, जो जेजेपी से जो नाता तोड़ा है, क्या लाभ मिलेगा बीजेपी को, या आपको लगता है कि अब जो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी है स्पेशली स्टेट इलेक्शन के लिए वो अभी भी मुश्किल है?
This issue of severing ties with the JJP, it was a premeditated and well deliberated step which they have taken. In fact, the pollsters who have been closely watching the politics of Haryana, they have been saying it since quite long that JJP and BJP, they won't go together in the coming elections. Or the day this election was forced, the reason of their separating their ties is the same still. जिस दिन इन्होंने अलायंस किया था उस दिन भी इनका दोनों पार्टीज का अलग अलग वोट बैंक था, और आज जब ये दोनों पार्टी हट रही हैं तो उसी वोट बैंक को कैप्चर करने के लिए एक अलग अलग चुनाव लड़ने वाली हैं, ताकि चुनाव जीतने के बाद दोबारा से एक बार फिर अलायंस कर सकें। जहां तक नायब सैनी की बात है, नायब सैनी पहले ऐसे ओबीसी लीडर हैं जो उत्तर हरियाणा से आते हैं, और उत्तर हरियाणा आज तक यही एलिगेशन उत्तर हरियाणा के लोग हमेशा कहते रहे, उनके मन में एक बड़ी टीस है कि इस इलाके का कोई भी मुख्यमंत्री अभी तक नहीं बना है और इस इलाके में डेवलपमेंट उतनी ज्यादा नहीं हो पाई है जहां जो कि हमने उन इलाकों में देखी जहां पर डेवलपमेंट हुई है, अब जहां पर मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं, चाहे वो रोहतक हो, चाहे हिसार हो, चाहे सिरसा हो या भिवानी से मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं, और इस इलाके को हमेशा इग्नोर किया गया। दूसरी बात, जो बीजेपी को सबसे बड़ा सेटबैक यहाँ पर लगा था 2014 के चुनाव में, एक बड़ी 27 सीटें इस जीटी रोड बेल्ट से आई थी जो पानीपत से लेके और पंचकुला तक की बेल्ट है। उसके बाद जो किसान आंदोलन हुआ है उसमें इस इलाके में एक बड़ा ही इमोशनल इशू था कि किसान आंदोलन में किसानों के साथ गलत हुआ, किसान आंदोलन के दौरान उन पर लाठीचार्ज हुआ जो कि कुरुक्षेत्र में हुआ था। ये वही बेल्ट है जहां पर पंजाब के साथ लगती हुई इलाका है और इसके सेंटिमेंट पंजाब से बहुत मेल खाते हैं। तो अब यही थी कि वो जो नुकसान हुआ है उसको किसी तरीके से वापस लिया जाए, उसके कंसोलिडेशन वापस वोटों का किया जाए। लेकिन इस बार जो कैबिनेट का रिशफल, कैबिनेट जो आज मंत्रियों ने शपथ ली है प्रीति जी, उसमें एक बड़ी हैरानी की बात है कि जो अहिरवाल का क्षेत्र है उसमें से कोई विधायक जो है उसको मंत्री नहीं बनाया गया है। ऐसा आमतौर पर देखा नहीं जाता है। बीजेपी का एक बहुत बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग वोट बैंक है ओबीसी का, यादव बहुल इलाका जो अहिरवाल का है, जिसमें गुड़गांव, रेवाड़ी और महेंद्रगढ़ का जिला आता है, और वहां पर बीजेपी बड़ी जीत के साथ हमेशा आई है, 2014 हो विधानसभा और लोकसभा चुनाव में। लेकिन इस बार वहां से जीरो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है कैबिनेट में।
पर अभी तक पूरा कैबिनेट रविंदर जी कहाँ कंप्लीट हुआ है?
नहीं, लेकिन अभी तक जो हुआ है, ऐसा होता नहीं है आमतौर पे प्रीति जी की इतनी बड़ी जो स्टेट की जाति है ओबीसी की, अगर क्योंकि बीजेपी बात कर रही है, और नॉन ओबीसी जो नॉन यादव ओबीसी उनको ज्यादा प्रमोट इस मंत्रिमंडल में देखा गया है। तो ये बड़ी बात है अपने आप में कि नॉर्दर्न पार्ट ऑफ हरियाणा का जो ओबीसी है उसको लिया गया है, लेकिन सदर्न पार्ट का जो यादव है, जो कि एक कोर वोटर है हरियाणा में बीजेपी का, और हमेशा लोकसभा विधानसभा में, और यहाँ तक कि जो किसान आंदोलन हुआ था उससे बिल्कुल अछूता रहा। उन्होंने किसान आंदोलन की कोई मदद नहीं करी, कोई सपोर्ट नहीं करी, बावजूद उसके उसको इग्नोर किया गया है। तो ये एक अलग किस्म की पॉलिटिक्स है जो अभी फिलहाल हमको तो समझ आने में टाइम लगेगा। लेकिन ये जो पूरा कैबिनेट है जिसमें 6 जो मंत्री बने हैं वो सब पुराने लोग हैं, नया मंत्री कोई नहीं बना है। लेकिन जेजेपी के लिए बहुत वेट एंड वॉच की सिचुएशन है, उनके लिए तो कैच 22 की सिचुएशन है मैं कहूंगा, क्योंकि जेजेपी की कल एक बड़ी रैली होने वाली है और आज 5 विधायक उनके साथ आए नहीं, यानी कि 5 उन्होंने जो पार्टी के सुप्रीमो ने एक लीडर मीटिंग कन्वीन की थी, उसमें विधायक।
रविंदर जी एक बार उस पे बने रहिए, अभी वापस आते हैं जो जेजेपी का क्या फॉर्च्यून है और कांग्रेस को कितना हार्म पहुंचेगा या नहीं पहुंचेगा वो बात करते हैं। आई जस्ट वांट टू ब्रिंग इन आवर अदर गेस्ट Rashid Kidwai into this conversation and we'll go back to Ravinder Singh Sharon. But Rashid Kidwai, how is the Congress looking at it? Because it does seem that the Congress had smelled advantage where it came down to the state election. Lok Sabha still tough where Haryana is concerned on those 10 seats. Is the Congress in a wait and watch policy or will actively try and destabilize this government?
Preeti, I think Congress views this today's development as an opening, but opening more for assembly election, not so much in terms of Lok Sabha election, where Congress thinks that, getting even 2-3 Lok Sabha seats, it's quite a formidable challenge. So therefore, they are not very keen to destabilize, this Naib Saini government, because they think that is not going to help. They're not going to be successful because of that multi-layer kind of defense mechanism that the BJP has, both at formal and informal level. And second part is that the Congress will be seen as a political party which is, trying to, upstage a lot of things. They want to win, elections in October 2024 assembly election in a very clean and transparent manner. And that's the thing, because, if they need to, because the equation between Dushyant Chautala and Congress is far from settled. I mean, both the Huda, father and son Huda, they're very clear. They think they're the sole kind of, vote getters in terms of, Jat votes. So they don't want to share that kind of glory with anyone else. So this is a problem. So a lot of compulsions are saying,
right. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Make your point.
I believe there was high-level meetings have taken place on this count, and they are going by what Bhupender Huda's assessment, and is at present he has advised them have a hands-off policy and let this BJP totter further and further in terms of caste equations, etc.
All right, a hands-off policy as of now where the Congress is concerned, but what does it mean for the JJP and will it harm the Congress? In state elections in October and now very recent in 1 month Lok Sabha elections. We are going to be joined by Congress BJP guest and Ravinder Sharon on the other side of a quick commercial break. To stay with us.
traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories. From every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com. हर फैमिली होगी इंश्योर्ड. नो स्ट्रेस फिनोलेक्स.
Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhary. What a day for Haryana politics. Within 10 hours, Haryana had a new chief minister and old ally was shown the door. JJP and the BJP have broken up in Haryana and ML Khattar is no longer the chief minister of the state. It is Nayab Singh Saini. How the day went? Let me give you more.
मैं नायब सिंह ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं हरियाणा राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा।
Haryana woke up to high political drama on Tuesday. The state has got a new chief minister in Nayab Singh Saini. The chain of events started with Manohar Lal Khattar quitting as chief minister amid reports of rift with the JJP over seat sharing. The JJP was keen to contest on 2 seats, but the BJP was in no mood to give any seat to Dushyant Chautala's party. By afternoon, it became clear the BJP was going for an overhaul in the state that it swept in 2019. Saini was declared as chief minister after a meeting of the MLAs in the presence of central observers.
मनोहर लाल जी जैसा व्यक्तित्व और व्यक्ति राजनीति के क्षेत्र में होना असंभव सा काम है.
Saini is the current state BJP chief. He is a member of parliament from Kurukshetra. Considered to be a close aide of Khattar, Saini is also a known OBC face. The Congress has demanded president's rule in the state, claiming the BJP has lost moral right to rule.
एक और समझौता हो गया है गठबंधन तोड़ने का, तो लोगों को गुमराह करने का, क्योंकि इस 5 साल में हर वर्ग इस सरकार से विमुख हो चुका है. इस पार्टी को कुछ भी सरकार में रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है. मैं कहता हूं कि तुरंत हरियाणा में राष्ट्रपति शासन लागू होना चाहिए और चुनाव में चले जाना चाहिए.
We are keeping a close eye on all the developments. एक बार पूरा जो घटनाक्रम जिस तरफ बढ़ेगा तब आपको विस्तार से जानकारी हम देंगे.
The alliance is broken, which was in any case an unholy alliance. लोगों की आंखों में धूल झोंका, and first day itself we knew that this is not going to last. BJP, which claims to be in control all over, they let events overtake them. And now they are reacting in such a way.
With Nayab Singh Saini at the helm, the BJP is set for a new innings in Haryana. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what really happened? Was it in the offing for long? Is it a fixed match? What are the implications for the Congress? What about the JJP? All of that. Let's take it to our panelists. Mahima Singh, National Spokesperson Congress. Siddharth Yadav, Spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Joining me is also Ravindra Singh Sharon, Senior Journalist. Ravindra Singh, coming to you first. क्या ये पहले से ही तय था कि चुनाव के पहले जेजेपी बीजेपी अलग हो जाएंगे? जो जाट वोट पहले शायद नहीं जा रहा था बीजेपी को, वो जेजेपी थोड़ा कांग्रेस से ले लेगी. क्या इसके अनुमान क्या है, शरण जी?
Absolutely. It is a premeditated and it was well deliberated event, which I have in fact spoken on 10th of June when I wrote an article about this, that this is going to happen and it is inevitable. The alliance is
fixed
going to
match.
break.
रविंदर जी, फिक्स्ड मैच.
फिक्स्ड मैच, एब्सोल्युटली फिक्स्ड मैच. अब देखिए प्रीति जी, इंपॉर्टेंट बात क्या है कि जेजेपी का हम जिक्र कर रहे थे ब्रेक से पहले. जेजेपी अभी 2 दिन के बाद या 3 दिन के बाद ट्रस्ट वोट सीक करना पड़ेगा नायब सिंह सैनी को. उस केस में व्हाट विल द जेजेपी डू? विल दे स्टैंड विद एंड दे जॉइन हैंड विद द कांग्रेस पार्टी, और दे विल स्टैंड विद द बीजेपी, और दे विल वॉक आउट? इसके केस में अगर उन्होंने वॉक आउट तो करेंगे नहीं, जेजेपी विल नॉट इशू एनी विप इशू नहीं करेंगे तो उनका डिफेक्शन बच सकता है. अगर उन्होंने विप इशू किया तो उनके पार्टी डिफेक्ट हो जाएगी. तो ये जो प्रीमेडिटेटेड हम लोग बोल रहे हैं वो एक बार फिर से आपको फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे देखने को मिलेगा 2 या 3 दिन के अंदर. तो जेजेपी के लिए बहुत मुश्किल स्थिति है ये. बीजेपी ने बहुत आसानी के साथ अच्छे अपने कार्ड्स खेले हैं और पूरा ब्लेम डाल दिया है जेजेपी पे. जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हुई हैं सरकार के दौरान, जो भी करप्शन हुआ है, उसके लिए जेजेपी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. और अब जो क्लीन स्लेट के साथ एक नया मुख्यमंत्री है, उसका कैबिनेट है, और इन लोगों का पास ट्रैक बिल्कुल ठीक है. अब देखिए, हरियाणा के ये पहले मुख्यमंत्री खट्टर साहब थे जिनके कार्यकाल में इतनी ज्यादा वायलेंस हुई, इतने ज्यादा लोग, चाहे वो जाट आरक्षण का मसला हो, चाहे वो किसान आंदोलन का मामला हो, इतनी ज्यादा वायलेंस हुई है. संत रामपाल का इशू हो जिसमें लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बिल्कुल कोलैप्स कर गया था, और राम रहीम का मामला हो जिस कितनी बड़े भयंकर वायलेंस हम लोगों ने देखी. हरियाणा जो है एक बहुत पीसफुल स्टेट है और इस तरह के वायलेंस हम लोग इतिहास में देखने को नहीं मिलती है प्रीति जी. लेकिन जो वायलेंस को टैकल नहीं कर पाए, उसके बाद करप्शन के इशू, कोविड के दौरान शराब का इतना बड़ा एक घोटाला हुआ, वो करप्शन का इशू इतना ज्यादा हुआ. बेरोजगारी में हरियाणा नंबर 1 पहुंच गया है. 75% जो रिजर्वेशन का लेके आए थे उसको
तो शरण साहब, ये एंटी इनकम्बेंसी को स्टेम करने के लिए आप कह रहे हैं प्रीमेडिटेटेड मूव है?
बिल्कुल, इट इज पॉलिटिकली प्रीमेडिटेटेड मूव, और इसका फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे पता लगेगा.
Alright, okay, let's see. Okay, I'll just come back to you, Ravinder ji. Bringing in Mahima Singh, National Spokesperson, Siddharth Yadav, Spokesperson BJP. Siddharth Yadav, if the Chief Minister was doing exceptionally well, which as per the Prime Minister he was, yesterday the Prime Minister said so while inaugurating the Dwarka Expressway, the question arises, what was the need to change him in 24 hours then? What went so horribly wrong that you had to pull off Mr. Khattar and replace him with Mr. Saini?
Preeti, you are counting the hours since the yesterday's rally after the inauguration of Dwarka Expressway. But how changes happen in Bharatiya Janata Party is a process which must be known by senior journalists like you. In our party, we don't give out positions, we give out responsibilities. Responsibilities are to be held by Karyakartas for a period of time. Manohar Lal ji held this responsibility for a long period. He was a very successful Chief Minister of this state and he did tremendously well while being the Chief Minister. Now the responsibilities are changing. A new face is coming in, a younger face is coming in, and he has taken over the baton and he is going to take forward the legacy of development work of a no kharchi parchi sarkar. My friend, my journalist was saying, I think he also belongs to Haryana, and there's nobody in Haryana who would not remind themselves of the rule of under Congress party where no government job was given without either kharchi or a parchi. Either there was a corruption or there was you had to get a letter from a senior leader. But in the rule in the past 10 years in the Manohar Lal ji's government, we have proved a record that people with fair academic merit background can come forward, they can can claim employment, youth can be more aspirational, the business has boomed, we have given the highest MSP, we have included the most number of crops for MSP, and we have done this progress. The process of progress has happened in Haryana. This change is a change of how we do things in the Bharatiya Janata Party. It is nothing new. A new Karyakarta has come up and taken up the responsibility. There's nothing more than that to this.
All right, there's nothing more than that. Mahima Singh, bringing you in, how's the Congress viewing it? Because if the JJP doesn't fight with the BJP, then it doesn't quite augur well for the Congress party in Haryana, be it Lok Sabha or the Vidhan Sabha, which is in 6 months from now in October.
Jai Hind. Preeti, it is a Pandora's box opening in the politics of Haryana, as they say in Urdu, कि इब्तदाए इश्क है, रोता है क्या, आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या. I was hearing the BJP spokesperson and I was appalled because he said it's a Karyakarta of the BJP exiting the post and it is a Karyakarta of the BJP taking in. I mean, look at the way they perceive the democracy, the constitutional values, the political setup, the parliamentary political setup of this country. He does not understand that it is not a Karyakarta, it is an elected representative of the public. The public has elected these representatives. And it is in fact shocking that the BJP does not find any of the elected MLAs, elected 41 MLAs of the BJPs, worthy of taking the post of the CM. Rather, they bring an MP to take that post, who will probably meet the fate that Surinder Pal TT in Rajasthan met earlier this year, you would remember. And apart from that, you see, we have seen how they have, picked up a chit and named Anil Vij the deputy CM. Anil Vij actually exits their party meeting and hurries back to Ambala, which is his residence, giving the oath-taking ceremony a miss. So you see, all is not well in the BJP, all is not well in the state of Haryana. JJP is certainly, as our leaders have said, Kumari Shailaja ji has pointed out and Bhupinder Singh Hooda ji has also pointed out, that there was a quid pro quo settlement between the JJP and the BJP. They were basically at loggerheads with each other before the election. JJP got votes against the BJP, then formed an unholy alliance with the BJP. And probably it was already set. The setting was already there, that just before the Lok Sabha election, we shall.
All right. So you also maintain that this was a set match, but the question is, if this is the theory to go by, then Ravinder ji, have the people understood it's a set match? Will it impact the Congress?
देखिए, कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, हुड्डा साहब इज डिमांडिंग व्हाट ही इज डिमांडिंग प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल. अब सरकार चल रही है. अभी कुछ दिन पहले हुड्डा साहब लेकर आए थे अविश्वास प्रस्ताव, उसमें बिना वोटिंग के उन्होंने वॉकआउट कर दिया. तो अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लेके आने की जरूरत है क्या प्रदेश में? इस वक्त उन मुद्दों को उठाने की जरूरत है जिनके हिसाब से ये कांग्रेस पार्टी को जाना चाहिए चुनाव के बीच में. लेकिन ये लोग बात कर रहे हैं जो इश्यूज नॉन इश्यूज हैं. आज जब फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे ट्रस्ट वोट सीक करना ही है, तो व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ आस्किंग प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल? वन थिंग. दूसरी, सिद्धार्थ जी ने जो कहा है कि बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को एक मौका मिला जाता है, तो बीजेपी के एक बड़े कार्यकर्ता थे अनिल विज साहब. अनिल विज साहब का तो नाम ही नहीं आया साहब. वो तो 91 से एमएलए हैं. जिस क्षेत्र को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, सुषमा स्वराज के बाद उन्होंने उसको रिप्रेजेंट किया है. उनको तो कोई मौका मिला ही नहीं है इस सरकार में. तो ये सिर्फ व्हाट आई कैन सी फ्रॉम द आईज ऑफ ए जर्नलिस्ट इज दिस इज द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ द बीजेपी ओनली टू डिवाइड द कम्युनिटी एंड द सोसाइटी ऑफ द स्टेट, एंड विच इज हैपनिंग very clearly that they are putting responsibility on the face of the OBC person by giving the charge of the chief minister's post. उसमें भी देखिए, उत्तर हरियाणा से लेके आए सिद्धार्थ जी, पूरा गुड़गांव, महेंद्रगढ़, रेवाड़ी के जो यादव बहुल इलाका है, उससे कोई विधायक नहीं बनाया, कोई विधायक को मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनाया गया.
पर वो रविंदर जी अभी तक इनकम्प्लीट है, कैबिनेट इनकम्प्लीट है. पर हाँ, आप कह रहे हैं अभी तक जिन्होंने ओथ ली है उनमें से कोई नहीं है. बट सिद्धार्थ यादव जी, यू वांटेड टू कम इन, गो अहेड.
Yeah, absolutely. First, I would want to respond to what Mahima ji was saying. Mahima ji said ki I don't understand the constitutional process. Karyakarta is coming and Karyakarta is going. Definitely, you would not understand how a Karyakarta becomes the head of the state, how he is chosen to be the chief minister, how he is chosen to represent the party and perform the duties, because it's not a Darman of the Gandhi family who is being elected. But in Bharatiya Janata Party, in all democratic parties, this is how it happens. He is the chief minister. Now the elected chief minister, the elected members of the Legislative Assembly are choosing him to be the Chief Minister. It is a constitutional process that is being followed. So it is not a selection as you're thinking it to be. But forget that. But you were saying that
but
all
how is it an election?
Bharatiya Janata Party.
Siddharth Yadav ji, how is it no, one second. Siddharth Yadav ji, how is it an election when your own former Home Minister of Haryana, Anil Vij, has refused to come in and has vetoed it? How are you calling it an election? It is a selection.
No, do you know that he has vetoed it, Preeti? Did he come out and say?
Madam, sir, yes. He hasn't even attended.
Vetoed it?
He hasn't even attended.
What? Preeti,
he hasn't even attended
what?
the oath. Siddharth Yadav, hear me out. He hasn't even attended the oath-taking ceremony.
So that is different. He has not vetoed anything. He is a very senior Karyakarta of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is the sitting Home Minister. He was the sitting Home Minister of the state. He is a long-standing member of the Legislative Assembly. If a new bastion is coming up, this is what everybody was saying, trying to say, even senior journalists like you and my friends from Congress and everybody, what happened in Gujarat also. We changed the Karyakartas, the baton was shifted, new people came in and everybody said all is not well, all is not well. See, he is not happy, he is not happy. And we came up with a landslide majority in the next elections. But this is not how...
Fair enough. Okay, Mahima Singh,
I'll just complete in 10 seconds. When my friend Mahima ji says all is not well, I just want to ask one question. Is everything well in Congress party? Surjewala ji, Kiran Choudhary, Kumari Selja, Bhupendra Singh Hooda, can you even make them sit on one dais and make them comment on one issue?
Yes.
Make them comment on this issue.
Forget
everything else.
Mahima Singh, the fact is, okay. No, Mahima Singh, all is not well within the Congress unit of Haryana as well, and you know that better. There is the Hooda clan up against the Randeep Singh Surjewala, Kiran Choudhary, Kumari Selja clan. You know that, and the politics in that is a separate politics which plays out. But having said that, right now the Congress would have reacted in a very different fashion, because the reaction of the Congress is also a little foxing to ask for president's rule where they clearly have majority.
Preeti, before I answer your question, it is really demeaning when the BJP spokesperson reduces an elected public representative to a mere BJP Karyakarta. He has to understand.
Get over this.
Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister of this country and should not be.
But Mahima Singh, okay, for once, okay, why are you so bothered about how they treat their own? Let's talk about yours.
No.
Focus, Mahima Singh.
It's not.
Okay,
no, it's not their own. It's not their own. That's what I'm saying. An elected representative is more their own. He's a public representative. And I'm saying that there were 41 elected MLAs, but they had to choose an MP because this is politics of appeasement. This is politics of convenience. Now to come to your question, Preeti, you see our leaders and the Congress party is a truly democratic party, unlike the BJP, where somebody like Anil Vij gawks when a chit is opened and his name is not there and he rushes out of a meeting. And we have seen him play with his granddaughter while two chairs were removed from the stage at the
Mahima Singh, let's not talk about truly democratic party. There are enough instances in the past in each and every state of yours which you have governed, which could embarrass you right now, ma'am. I can begin with the state of Rajasthan. Let's not. Yes,
hold on.
Make your point, ma'am, quickly.
Yeah. Differences are a part of the democratic process. You cite Rajasthan, you cite wherever. But differences are out in the open because we agree to disagree. Unlike the BJP that sends a chit to their observers, and then Anil Vij chooses to play with his granddaughter.
If it was a democratic, Mahima Singh, now you're okay. Now let me give you an example, ma'am. If you were a democratic party which only looked at merit, you would have asked Kamal Nath to resign the day he lost the election for you in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Your top high command didn't even have the courage to do so. Let's just call it for what it is. I'll come back to you, ma'am. Allow me to open up the panel.
Hold on. See, today the state of Haryana is on the center stage and it is ready for a change. You are questioning all the processes in Haryana.
Ma'am, because you made a question. No, you made that your party is not like that. But that's not true. If that's not true is the question. It's a little rich. Every political party is like that, ma'am. Now, Ravinder Singh Sharon, I want to bring you back into this conversation.
Are you saying all the political parties send the name of the chief minister on a chit, bypassing the public mandate like that, making an MP?
How does it matter? Anyway, okay, ma'am. Okay. Let's. I want to just open up the debate. Ravinder Singh Sharon, getting you back into this conversation. What happens, Ravinder Singh, of the JJP now, and will this change in leadership and also the change in alliance of JJP splitting harm the Congress?
JJP is a divided house. JJP का split is inevitable. This is what I have said. 2 दिन के बाद, 3 दिन के बाद जब फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे ट्रस्ट वोट करने के लिए जाएंगे, इसी बात से तो मैं हैरान हूं। हुड्डा साहब कह रहे हैं कि प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल लागू करो। Why they are not going to talk to the JJP leaders and bring them with the Congress party? They have given an open offer. The party which is saying that it was an unholy alliance, the same party has given an open offer on the day of the result of the 2019 elections, and they have said that we are ready to forge an alliance with the JJP party. कांग्रेस पार्टी के लीडर्स ने यही बात बोली थी। आज इनको वो अनहोली अलायंस लग रहा है। पिछले 5 साल में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने कितनी बार जनता की आवाज उठाई है, कितनी बार उन्होंने सड़क जाम की है, कितनी बार आंदोलन किया है। आंदोलन जरूर किया है, लेकिन एक दूसरे के खिलाफ किया है। एसआरके गुट ने हुड्डा साहब के खिलाफ किया है, हुड्डा साहब ने एसआरके के खिलाफ किया। जो दूसरा जेजेपी की जहां तक बात है, जेजेपी का जो पॉलिटिक्स है वो अब बीजेपी के इर्द गिर्द घूमने वाली है। वो लोग चुनाव लड़ेंगे, चुनाव बीजेपी के खिलाफ लड़ेंगे और चुनाव जीतने के बाद वापस बीजेपी के साथ हाथ मिलाएंगे, क्योंकि इसके अलावा अब उनकी पॉलिटिक्स कुछ बची नहीं है। उनका जो ट्रेडिशनल वोट बैंक था वो कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरफ धीरे धीरे शिफ्ट हो रहा है और अब जेजेपी के लिए ये एक अस्तित्व की लड़ाई है प्रीति जी। और अभी उसके पहले भी जेजेपी में स्प्लिट हम लोग अगले 2-3 दिन में
we'll witness a split. All right, that's all the time that we have for apologies. Mahima Singh, I know you wanted to come in. Apologies, I'll give you more time the next time I have you on my show. Thank you all three of you for joining us. The conversation continues. For now, the spotlight on the JJP. Watch the developments very closely on the floor of the House. It will give you an indication which way the party is going to go, whether this was a fixed match or not. A quick break. Stay with us.
CAA को आप सिर्फ CAA से नहीं, CAA को आपको NPR और NRC से जोड़कर देखना जरूरी है। क्या अमित शाह पार्लियामेंट में मेरा नाम लेकर नहीं कहे थे कि ओवैसी जी NPR NRC भी आएगा? क्या अमित शाह कई टीवी इंटरव्यूज में नहीं कहा था कि NPR NRC आएगा? जब CAB था, बाद में CAA वो एक्ट हो गया, वो जब CAB बिल था, जब उनका ऑन रिकॉर्ड इंटरव्यू है पार्लियामेंट में, उन्होंने कहा है। तो ये सब एक धुआं है और ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि असल इनका मकसद क्या है कि देश में NPR हो, NRC हो। अब मिसाल के तौर पर आसाम में जो NRC हुआ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट मॉनिटर्ड, 1600 करोड़ रुपये उस पर खर्चा किए गए, 50,000 गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज ने काम किया और 19 लाख लोगों को कहा गया कि भारत के शहरी नहीं है, नागरिक नहीं है। अब मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं कि उसमें 10 से 12 लाख हमारे हिंदू भाई बहन का नाम नहीं आए। वहां के मुख्यमंत्री ये कह चुके हैं कि उन 10-12 लाख हिंदू भाइयों बहनों को बगैर डॉक्यूमेंट के CAA के तहत उनको सिटीजनशिप मिल जाएगी। अब जो 1 से 1.5 लाख जिन मुसलमानों के जहां नाम नहीं आए, वो तो एक्ट में नहीं आएंगे, CAA में, उनको तो फॉरेनर्स ट्रिब्यूनल जाना पड़ेगा। ये कौन सा इंसाफ है, बताओ।
Well, there are 3 main issues why we totally oppose this. The CPIM totally opposes it. The first is the act itself. We had opposed it because it changes the definition of citizenship in India and links it to religion, which is highly discriminatory. Secondly, we oppose it because the timing of this, just 3 days before the elections, the announcement of the elections means what? Obviously, if they have not done it for 5 years and they are doing it today, it's because they have a view that this is going to further polarize, which is what the BJP thrives on. Polarization and division is the DNA of the BJP's politics, and that is why they have chosen this time. And the third is The rules themselves are intrinsically against the constitutional federal character because the state government has absolutely no role to play. This is absolutely shocking. They have given responsibility to the postal services, they have given responsibility to the railways, but not to the state government, and only 2 invitees from the state government will be part of the panel to decide citizenship. It's absolutely objectionable. So on all these 3 counts, the CPIM opposes this.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের প্রার্থী, বাংলার প্রার্থী, ভারতবর্ষের অন্যতম ক্রিকেটের তারকা কেকেআর টিমেও দীর্ঘদিন খেলেছেন ক্রিকেটার ইউসুফ পাঠান।
And the crowd erupted with massive cheer for the formidable cricketer. The former Kolkata Knight Riders player who wore the purple jersey for 7 years was grateful to Didi for the opportunity. Yusuf Pathan is the TMC candidate from Behrampur in Murshidabad district. TMC has never won this seat since its inception and now looks to turn that around with star power. Congress strongman Adhir Ranjan Choudhary remains the undefeated 5-time sitting MP from Behrampur since 1999. Behrampur or Bahrampur in local parlance is a general category parliament seat with 52% Muslim voters as per voter list analysis. Though a loyal Congress pocket borough when it comes to parliamentary elections, out of the 7 assembly seats of Behrampur, not one voted in favour of the Grand Old Party. 6 of them went for TMC and 1 to BJP. Other than Yusuf Pathan, TMC has also fielded former cricketer Kirti Azad from Durgapur in this election. He has previously been a member of both the BJP and Congress before joining TMC. Manoj Tiwari is the sitting TMC legislator from West Bengal's Shibpur Assembly segment and a minister in the state government. Gautam Gambhir has been the sitting parliamentarian from East Delhi for BJP. He recently requested the party to relieve him from political duties. Navjot Singh Sidhu, also an ex-BJP leader, the former opener, is active in Punjab politics and previously headed the Congress's state unit. The former Indian captain Mohammad Azharuddin became Congress MP from Uttar Pradesh's Moradabad in 2009. In November last year, he unsuccessfully contested the Telangana Assembly election on the party ticket. There have been others who made unsuccessful electoral debuts like Srishant for BJP, Ashok Dinda for BJP and Mohammad Kaif for Congress. More recently, Ambati Raidu joined Andhra Pradesh's ruling YSR Congress party but quit days later. Bureau Report, India Today.
देखिए, आदरणीय गृह मंत्री जी ने पहले ही बताया था कि लोकसभा इलेक्शन से पहले सीए का रूल्स रेगुलेशन चालू हो जाएगा। तो चालू हो गया, हम जो बोलते हैं वो करते हैं। अब किसी की इससे तकलीफ नहीं है, सब आनंद में है, लेकिन हमारे मुख्यमंत्री को नींद नहीं आ रहा है, यही तकलीफ है उनकी।
নির্বাচনের আগে রাজনৈতিক উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে এই কাজ করা হয়েছে। সিএ নিয়ে অনেক আন্দোলন হয়েছে, সিএ এর বিরোধিতা আমরা করছি, আমরা সিএ এর বিরোধিতা করব। আমরা যাব মানুষের কাছে, শুধু ধর্মের খাতিরে ধর্মকে দেখে মানুষকে বিচার করা, মানুষকে ডিভাইড করার কাজই হচ্ছে সিএ। সমস্ত ধর্ম সম্প্রদায়ের মানুষের আত্মত্যাগ এবং বলিদানের মধ্যে দিয়ে সমস্ত ধর্মের মানুষের কোনো একটা ধর্মকে মানুষদের তার থেকে বিচ্ছিন্ন করে দেখে ডিসক্রিমিনেটরি ট্রিটমেন্ট করা, এটা অন্যায় এবং এই অন্যায়ের বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিবাদ হবেই হবে। এসব মোহাম্মদ বিন তুগলকের রাজত্ব হয়ে গেছে। নরেন্দ্র মোদী এবং মোহাম্মদ বিন তুগলকের মধ্যে কোনো তফাৎ নেই মানুষের।
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies. Co-presented by Century Laminates by Manish Malhotra, Fashion for your furniture.
Co-presented by
Macho Hint, बड़े आराम से. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com, हर family होगी insured. No stress, Finolex.
Hello and welcome. You watching the news track. Weeks before announcement of Lok Sabha elections, Haryana has a new chief minister and an OBC face, Naib Singh Saini. He's seen as a close confidant of Manohar Lal Khattar, who stepped down as chief minister, and the buzz is he's likely to contest Lok Sabha elections. But this will be baptism by fire for the new chief minister, with both Lok Sabha and Assembly elections coming up.
Haryana overhaul in 24 hours. Old alliance breaks.
मैं नायब सिंह ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं।
New CM, new government sworn in. Haryana political hurricane. Top focus on News Track.
The opposition, of course, up in arms with the Congress, saying that the BJP is under pressure in the state. The farmers, the youth and the wrestlers are up in arms against the government, and this change reflects the panic in the ruling party. The opposition claims that this is a vote of no confidence in the leadership of Manohar Lal Khattar. But is that actually true, or is the BJP attempting to beat anti-incumbency with this step? We debate. I'm Gaurav Sawant. As always, let's get started with the headlines at 8. Union Home Minister Amit Shah hits out at the opposition over Citizenship Amendment Act, accuses the opposition of blocking the legislation for minority appeasement. Mamata Banerjee calls the CAA divisive. State Bank of India sends all electoral bonds data to the Election Commission. Poll panel has been mandated by the Supreme Court to publish details by 5 p.m. on Friday. Congress announces second list of candidates for Lok Sabha. Ashok Gehlot's son Vaibhav to contest from Jalon. Kamal Nath's son Nakul repeated at Chhindwara. Suspense over Amethi and Rai Bareli continues. Atmanirbhar Bharat booms at Bharat Shakti exercise at Pokhran. Prime Minister Narendra Modi watches live war drills at India's nuclear site. Big Atmanirbhar defense boost for Bharat. First ever Tejas crash. Indian Air Force light combat aircraft crashes near Jaisalmer during op training sortie. The pilot ejects safely. A court of inquiry has been ordered. It was a Tuesday thriller that no one expected. A change of guard in Haryana after BJP ally JJP split ranks over seat-sharing differences for 2 seats in Lok Sabha elections. Naib Singh Saini is now the new Chief Minister of Haryana. He's an OBC face. He's a close confidant of Manohar Lal Khattar, who stepped down as Chief Minister and is likely to contest elections, Lok Sabha elections. But what does this Haryana overhaul mean for the state and its political implications in the Lok Sabha elections? We'll discuss that in greater detail on the news track tonight. But first, as always, we bring you our top story from Haryana.
मैं नायब सिंह ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं हरियाणा राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा।
Haryana woke up to high political drama on Tuesday. The state has got a new chief minister in Naib Singh Saini. The chain of events started with Manohar Lal Khattar quitting as chief minister amid reports of rift with the JJP over seat sharing. The JJP was keen to contest on 2 seats, but the BJP was in no mood to give any seat to Dushyant Chautala's party. By afternoon, it became clear the BJP was going for an overhaul in the state that it swept in 2019. Saini was declared as chief minister after a meeting of the MLAs in the presence of central observers.
मनोहर लाल जी जैसा व्यक्तित्व और व्यक्ति राजनीति के क्षेत्र में होना असंभव सा काम है।
Saini is the current state BJP chief. He is a member of parliament from Kurukshetra. Considered to be a close aide of Khattar, Saini is also a known OBC face. The Congress has demanded precedence rule in the state, claiming the BJP has lost moral right to rule.
एक और समझौता हो गया है गठबंधन तोड़ने का, तो लोगों को गुमराह करने का, क्योंकि इस 5 साल में हर वर्ग इस सरकार से विमुख हो चुका है। इस पार्टी को कुछ भी सरकार में रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है। मैं कहता हूं कि तुरंत हरियाणा में राष्ट्रपति शासन लागू होना चाहिए और चुनाव में चले जाना चाहिए।
We are keeping a close eye on all the developments. एक बार पूरा जो घटनाक्रम जिस तरफ बढ़ेगा तब आपको विस्तार से जानकारी हम देंगे।
The alliance is broken, which was in any case an unholy alliance. लोगों की आंखों में धूल झोंका. And first day itself, we knew that this is not going to last. BJP, which claims to be in control all over, they let events overtake them. And now they are reacting in such a way.
With Naib Singh Saini at the helm, the BJP is set for a new innings in Haryana. Bureau Report, India Today.
So you heard Kumari Shailja there. She's making it very clear that the BJP is not in control. Bhupinder Singh Hooda says that president's rule should be imposed in the state of Haryana. The BJP, of course, is forging alliances one after the other at a breakneck speed across the country. TDP and the Jana Sena formalized a seat-sharing agreement with the BJP on Monday. In Odisha, alliance talks with the BJD are in final stages. Discussions are also underway with the Akalis once again in Punjab. So look at what's happening in the opposition alliance, the India alliance, or India alliance as the Congress calls it, and look at what's happening in the other camp. Take a look at this report.
48 hours after the TDP and Jana Sena announced that they were joining the NDA, a seat-sharing formula for Andhra Pradesh has now been finalized. The announcement was made after a late-night meeting at Chandrababu Naidu's residence, Undavali in Hyderabad. The BJP will fight 6 Lok Sabha seats in the upcoming election in Andhra. The TDP will contest 17 and Pawan Kalyan's Jana Sena 2. In the assembly election, the BJP will fight on 10 seats, the TDP on 144, and Janasena will contest on 21. Will the NDA be able to stop the Jagan Juggernaut in Andhra Pradesh? Chandrababu Naidu declared that the alliance will pave the way for a brighter future.
Of course, this alliance has been there earlier as well, but now we are kind of striking the umbilical cord again. And already the seats discussion has been happening, and once there is a definite resolve on which seats does BJP get or which seats do the other two parties get, I think we'll start a campaigning together, and we are sure that we will be able to form the government.
While there's been no reaction from YSRCP chief and Andhra Chief Minister Jagan Reddy on the realignment, his sister and Congress leader YS Sharmila hit out at Chandrababu Naidu.
While Mr. Chandrababu Naidu had aligned himself with the BJP party in 2000 for the 2014 election, he cursed the BJP party in 2019 and came out of the alliance. While in 2014 he said he is allying with the BJP party for the special status of Andhra Pradesh. After he became the chief minister, he changed his words and said there is nothing in the special status. He is going again back to the same BJP party that he cursed in 2019.
The Andhra alliance is the latest in a series of tie-ups that the BJP is forging to accomplish its 400 par target. In Odisha, talks with the BJD are said to be in their final stages. Talks are also on with the Akali Dal in Punjab. And in Tamil Nadu, TTV Dinakaran's AMMK has offered unconditional support to the BJP. In the war of alliances, the NDA has a clear lead for now, even as the India alliance continues to be fraught with differences. With Abdul Bashir in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
So panic in the ranks, as the Congress party claims, are an attempt to beat anti-incumbency and follow the Gujarat model or the Tripura model of changing chief ministers ahead of elections to win. What's the game plan? Joining me on the news track, Shehzad Poonawalla, spokesperson of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst who will give us the Congress perspective. We have two senior journalists joining us on the broadcast, Ramesh Vinayak and Sanjay Singh. But before I come to our guests, I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Paulami Saha, who's been speaking to her sources in the BJP to give us the thinking in the BJP camp. And Paulami, what was the thought process behind this Haryana hurricane?
Well, as far as the BJP's decision was concerned, it was basically based on two aspects. One, of course, because the JJP continued to insist on the fact that they wanted to contest on 2 out of the 10 Lok Sabha constituencies, them being Bhiwani Mahendragarh as one seat and Hisar as the other seat. Remember, in Hisar, very recently, the sitting BJP MP Brajendra Singh defected back to the Congress fold from where he'd come in the first place. Hisar is, a constituency from where Dushyant Chautala had won in 2014. His assembly constituency right now is the Uncha Kala area as well, again in Hisar. So he believes that he was in a very formidable position in Hisar and these 2 particular seats. But the BJP was at max willing to give only 1 Lok Sabha seat at a time that they'd won all 10 in 2019. So somewhere that fell through. The BJP, of course, realizes that if the JJP splits away, then it will turn into a Congress vote cutter as far as the Jat vote is concerned in Haryana. And then there was the anti-incumbency factor as far as Manohar Lal Khattar is concerned. So that was something that the party tried to stem by effecting this change well ahead of the assembly elections in October 2024. So Naib Singh Saini has enough time in order to, of course, consolidate the party's position. Of course, Lok Sabha elections, the BJP is banking on the Prime Minister's charisma. But then, of course, it will boil down to the brass tacks because they had a good tally in 2014. They dipped in 2019. That is why they needed the support of the independents and the JJP. They do not want to have such a situation play out in 2024. They want simple majority in 2024.
Okay, stay with me, Paulami. I want to now bring in Shehzad and Tehseen Poonawalla and our analysts on the broadcast. Shehzad Poonawalla, Jairam Ramesh leads the Congress charge saying this is time for change and this reflects the panic in the BJP ranks. Dipinder Hooda says BJP stands morally defeated because the Thug Bandhan, this alliance of the BJP-JJP has ended.
First of all, Gaurav, let me use your platform to extend condolences on the passing away of our common dear friend, especially from Pune, Pankaj Khelkar, who was with the India Today family for a very long period of time. Om Shanti. And now coming to your point. Gaurav, I have stopped taking Jairam Ramesh and Rahul Gandhi seriously. First of all, Jairam Ramesh should be the last person talking about such alliances. They are in alliance with a party which used to do press conference on daily basis against Robert Vadra and corruption of Huddas. Today they are in alliance with that party, Aam Aadmi Party. Point number two, when they are talking about all of this calculation, in 2014 our Lok Sabha vote share was 34%. By 2019 it became 58%. ये सब लोग एक साथ आ जाए तब भी हमारा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते. Point number three, I just have one question to ask. You know, they have a leader called Rahul Gandhi who finds OBC connection in GST also. Today, when an OBC chief minister has been made in Mr. Saini, and not just because he's OBC, he has Samaj, he has Sangathan experience, and he has Sarkar ka experience. He's a hard worker. At that time, Mr. Hudda says that his government should be dismissed. I want to ask official, unofficial spokespersons of Congress that do you support statement of Bhupinder Hudda who wants to dismiss the government of a OBC CM? You say OBC, OBC, OBC. Today I want specific answer, not run away here, there, because unofficial person has come, so he should also answer. Does he agree officially that this kind of statement should be made? And by the way, you forget everything else. You get Mr. Hudda and Shailja ji together. Get Hudda and Randeep Surjewala together. Then after that, you make all these kinds of speculative attacks.
Let me get Tehseen Poonawala to respond, because Tehseen Poonawala, some analysts argue that this is actually a bold move to beat anti-incumbency, go to elections with a fresh face, consolidate non-Jat votes, perhaps use JJP as a vote cutter, divide Jat votes.
Gaurav, at the onset, I also extend my condolences that the BJP spokesperson gave for Pankaj. He was a very dear friend, and it's stunning. I actually went and met his family some time ago, so it's stunning that he passed away. 2 points. I don't know who's official, unofficial. I'm officially Tehseen. I don't know who's official, unofficial. The BJP spokesperson who was unofficially batting for them is speaking about. But let's come to the meat of the matter. Look, the BJP has done this. You know this, Gaurav. Everyone knows this because they're in trouble in Haryana. As of yesterday or day before, a sitting member of parliament from the BJP moved into the Congress, a sitting member of parliament. This when the BJP has a state government and a government in the center, a very powerful government with Modi ji and Amit Shah ji. The BJP sees several anti-incumbency. I completely buy your point. This is obviously done to cut the Jat votes because they do know that the Jat votes have consolidated behind the Congress. And this is also to get the others vote. They also believe that the Punjabis are upset with Mr. Khattar. Mr. Khattar won't bring them the votes. So they'll ask him to contest from Karnal, but this they want to bring in an OBC face to counter Rahul Ji's charges on OBC. I accept all of those strategic points. But you know, Gaurav, when there is a Jan Sailab against the government, when there is anger, when the government has been arrogant, hitting farmers on the head, when the DMs have said and smashed their head. I tweeted that video, by the way. When the government has been completely failing on all fronts, and in Lok Sabha, despite what India Today survey saying that they will get 8 seats, which has got them worried because they've got 10 out of 10 last time, they now see that the graph will slip in the next few weeks. They are trying to take desperate measures. Desperate measures as that may be. The people of India and the great people of Haryana are not fools. The BJP is in trouble in Lok Sabha, not as much in Lok Sabha as in Assembly. Assembly, they're definitely going out. Lok Sabha, this is a desperate attempt. So
Shehzad, I'll get you to respond, but let me bring in both Ramesh Vinayak and Sanjay Singh to respond to this. Ramesh Vinayak, is this an attempt to beat anti-incumbency, consolidate non-Jat votes, divide the Jat votes? Desperate measure or a well thought out move?
Gaurav, I would call it a well thought out move because BJP has perfected, the art of disrupting status quo in power politics at the moment of their choice. And this is exactly what they have done in Haryana. Basically, I see this move is, three-pronged. They have tried to achieve three objectives. One, trying to dilute the anti-incumbency. And secondly, BJP has tried to broaden its caste calculus in Haryana. So far it has been basically their vote bank was, Punjabis, Roda Khatris and, the Baniya community. So now by bringing Naib Singh Saini as, Chief Minister, they have tried to extend their outreach to the OBC. And by doing so, they are also stealing the Congress thunder, which has been talking about empowering OBC. So BJP can say that, look, what the Congress says, we have done it, And third, I guess that BJP is also trying to, by pressing this refresh button in Haryana, trying to reset, narrative ahead of Lok Sabha election. And mind you, this, Naib Singh Saini is our first OBC Chief Minister Haryana has seen in the last 55 years.
Yes.
So it definitely, and my sense is, Gaurav, that this plan, was set in motion last year when Naib Singh Saini was made BJP's state president on 9th anniversary of, BJP's rule in Haryana.
Okay.
And he replaced, a very powerful Jat leader, Mr. Dhankar, O.P. Dhankar. So I guess, this has been a work in progress, and BJP has chosen, its moment of his choice, and we all know BJP is known for pulling off surprises, and you will remember that
when
Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar became Chief Minister,
and the Jats were very angry. There was a lot that was said that pagdi tabi bandenge when a Jat becomes Chief Minister, and now after ML Khattar, it's Naib Singh Saini. But Sanjay Singh, is this following that Gujarat and Tripura model of changing Chief Ministers, beating anti-incumbency, or could this well go the Karnataka way, where changing the Chief Minister actually did not change BJP fortunes? The party lost the state.
Add Uttarakhand to Tripura and Gujarat. Uttarakhand was a situation where Chief Minister was changed just, say, about 6 months back. In this particular case, the parliamentary election announcement would be made in 2-3 days' time, any time now, from day after tomorrow. Assembly election is just 6 months away after that. So last time it was October. Now since Mr. Saini is also Lok Sabha member, so his term expires in mid-October. Mr. Khattar himself was a surprise. BJP has mastered this art of surprise, and I would go a step forward and say that BJP is not only setting its own agenda, but also thinking and managing as to how the opposition is going to react on a particular development of the day. You had a whole lot of other things. If we focus on Haryana itself, now this was taken by complete surprise in political setup. No matter who says what, that we knew this was coming. But practically about the timing, nobody had an inkling and also as to who is going to be Chief Minister. Now you have put up an OBC phase there. We know that in Haryana, Jats are not core voters of Haryana. And we also know that Haryana Jat politics and Western UP Jat politics and Rajasthan Jat politics are not attached to each other. They are separated from each other. In Uttar Pradesh, they have stitched an alliance with Choudhary Charan Singh's grandson, Jan Choudhary. And here they are giving out a different kind of a signal. JJP can be a vote cutter in this particular case. At the same time, by giving it a surprise, you are also cutting away, minimizing whatever anti-incumbency that could have been there. Because 10 years for a chief minister is a long time, particularly somebody who is generally somebody who is not going to town with whatever he has done, but people have, of course, a perception about that. Also note that yesterday Prime Minister Modi paid a glowing tribute to Mr. Khattar.
ML Khattar, yes. And Dushyant Chautala was with them on that stage, and suddenly he's not there. The party is split. So is all of this very well orchestrated? Shehzad Poonawala, some would argue that this is a clear vote of no confidence in ML Khattar as Chief Minister. Of course, the Prime Minister paid, he really praised his leadership. But look at numbers, how they're stacking up. 2014, BJP had 47 of the 90 seats. 2019, post Pulwama, BJP won Lok Sabha seats. Assembly, they fell short of majority mark. Opposition says there is rising anger against ML Khattar government.
Taking the same standard you have applied, because you compared the Vidhan Sabha 2014 to 2019 Vidhan Sabha, in that election, even though our seats came down, our vote share went up by 3.5%. You can check it out.
Yes.
Secondly, Manohar Lal Khattar has been an excellent chief minister, so excellent that even Tehseen and his ilk, official or unofficial, are now rooting for him. Of course, he should be lauded. He made the GDP double. He ensured that there's 95% tap water coverage. He ensured that the sex ratio, which was 850, is now 932. So he has been an excellent performer. But Gaurav, in our party, no positions are permanent for anybody, and we always change the responsibilities one after the other as per the person's capability. But having said that, 2-3 points quickly Tehseen made. He said there is Jan Sailab. Let's assume Tehseen is right. There's Jan Sailab against Prime Minister Modi, BJP. Then why are they allying with Aam Aadmi Party, who made allegations against Robert Vadra that he's corrupt? Secondly, he said that, look, one MP going from one place to another means that your situation is very tight in Haryana. So by that logic, RLD left their alliance. We have seen what Mamta Didi has done. We have seen what Bihar, the alliance has been left by Nitish Kumar. We have seen that Ashok Chavan has left them. In Kerala, they have been told bye-bye. So that means the entire country, the situation of Congress is very tight. And thirdly, he said about this particular MP who left them, please ask Tehseen who is the father of this particular MP. And if you were respecting them so much, why did you never make the person's father the chief minister? Why his father had to leave the Congress party and come to BJP in the first place?
But even
so
when
my
he
point
left, he
is
said,
that Tehseen is doing a valiant job, but he has not answered one question.
Okay, go on, sir.
देखिए ऐसा है गौरव जी मैं तो केवल इतना कहता हूं कि बेआबरू और बेइज्जत कौन हो रहा है। आज ये अभी एक एनालिस्ट ने कहा कि हम लोग राहुल गांधी के ओबीसी कार्ड का जवाब दे रहे हैं। राहुल गांधी कहां जवाब दे रहे हैं? उन्होंने रेवांत रेड्डी को बनाया, जिन्होंने दलित उप मुख्यमंत्री को पैरों के पास बैठा दिया, जिन्होंने कहा कुर्मी डीएनए कमतर होता है। ही सेड इट ऑन इंडिया टुडे प्लेटफॉर्म एंड वी मेड मोहन यादव जी, वी मेड विष्णु जी, नाउ वी हैव मेड नायब सैनी जी। इनके पास एक अपॉर्चुनिटी तेलंगाना में था, किसको बनाया इन्होंने? हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री, यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री ओबीसी समाज से आते हैं, इन्होंने ओबीसी समाज को गाली दी। तो केवल टॉक करना ही राहुल गांधी का काम है क्या? राहुल गांधी वॉक द टॉक भी तो करे।
Tehseen Poonawalla, respond. And if, as the JJP says, they're contesting all 10 seats, Jat votes will be divided. Naib Singh Saini will consolidate the OBC votes, the non-Jat votes. Ultimately, is this disadvantage Congress?
Look, I will say it's advantage Congress. The BJP spokesperson will say it's advantage BJP. What's the point of fighting? We're both going to say that. Let's look at the facts. The BJP spokesperson says, why are you allying with the Aam Aadmi Party in Haryana? By that same logic, the most honorable Home Minister said about Mr. Sangma, he is the most corrupt chief minister in the history of India since independence. They are in an alliance with him. Why? No, you cannot come up and say what hum kare to chamatkar, aap kare to gunegar. You have your electoral politics, you call it Chanakya Niti. So ours is Gandhigiri. We will have our differences in that. Let's look at what is the situation in Haryana. We are only discussing Haryana right now.
Yes.
Not only did the Hisar MP left, I have never said that Mr. Khattar was an excellent chief minister. In fact, I've been in record saying his DMs ordered farmers' heads to be broken. I tweeted about it and got into trouble with their police about it. He's been a disastrous chief minister. Mr. Anil Vij is extremely unhappy. He walked out of the meeting. We know that he went away in a private car. He was not there at the swearing ceremony. There were 7 chairs put up initially for the swearing ceremony. They had to be reduced to put 5 chairs. All of this is public domain. But if you still want to pretend everything is hunky-dory, all the best to you. Haryana is voting out BJP in the assembly elections. That's point number 1. Lok Sabha, yes, there is the Modi factor. It will depend on how the Congress can perform out there, how the Congress can take the votes. I'm not saying it's easy for Congress. Of course, the Congress will have to fight. And of course, the BJP won't make it easy. Of course, the BJP has political strategies. How can I move away from that reality? But to say everything the BJP does is a master stroke and everything the Congress does is political novice, I think that's far away from reality. I think Haryana is a state that will surprise many.
Haryana will surprise many, but in Lok Sabha you're saying it still would be advantage. It may be
Prime Minister has
because of the
Prime Minister has a slight edge. Of course he does, and it's politically it'll be suicide not to accept that. Of course he's slight edge.
Okay, Shehzad wants to quickly respond before I bring in Ramesh Vinayak and Sanjay Singh. Respond, Shehzad.
First of all, I am amazed that has Anil Vij come and spoken to Tehseen on direct line, or has he come and given a statement to your channel? But those who give statements against each other, Randeep Surjewala, Kumari Shelja, they are constantly abusing Hooda. There Tehseen is becoming like Ma Gandhari. There he is Gandhari. ये ऐसे एनालिस्ट है. दूसरी बात ये है कि मैं इनसे सिर्फ इतना पूछना चाहता हूं कि हमने किसी को करप्ट बोला, किसी ने हमको करप्ट बोला, चलिए ठीक है. राजीव गांधी's Bharat Ratna should be taken back has been said by AAP, and they have passed resolution in Delhi Assembly. They wanted to throw Sonia Gandhi in jail. So you are accepting both these points of AAP, right? that yes, Aam Aadmi Party is right that Rajiv Gandhi was Hatyara of Sikhs and Sonia Gandhi is mother of corruption. You first accept that.
Okay, since
Can
a
I
direct
make a quick point?
Yes, since
Just
a
one
direct
quick
point
point.
has been made, response sir, before I bring in our
These
guests.
are direct points, political points. Mr. Nitish Kumar ji and the Honorable Prime Minister were checking each other's DNA. They were doing DNA tests. Nitish ji was sending DNA samples to the Prime Minister. Honorable Amit Shah ji said, Nitish ke liye darwaze band ho gaye, ab wo wapas bhi aayegi, hum darwaze nahi khulenge. India Today covered it. Today they are the best of friends. So look, these are political points. These are not points that you're going to get points on in a debate case, not in votes. Vote Haryana, you are worried. That's the reality. Haryana will surprise the BJP and the Congress. Watch my words. Congress will do extremely well.
Okay, Ramesh Vinayak, 2019, several analysts argue that if BJP got all the seats, it was also because a Pulwama had happened. There are a large number of veterans and those who once donned the uniform in the state. So that gave a fillip, that gave tailwind to the BJP. What happens in 2024? There is no Pulwama advantage.
Look, Gaurav, BJP created history in 2019, by winning all 10 seats in Haryana and securing, more than 50% vote share. It was basically Modi magic, because that magic didn't work in the assembly elections in October 2019, and where the BJP had to kind of take support of JJP to form the government. So I would argue that, this change of guard has much to do with the BJP's attempt to, get rid of JJP, which was increasingly seen to be a liability. We all know that JJP, was seen to be unpopular. The rank and file of BJP has been betting for snapping alliance with Dushyant Chautala. But I would argue that, Mr. Khattar has run a pretty stable and steady government, which was, I would say, clean. We didn't see any major scandal, and he was pretty good at, the last mile delivery of, the central as well as the state government schemes. We have seen very transparent transfer policy. He was the first chief minister to introduce online transfer of teachers, which became template for many other states, Yes, he kind of was found wanting on law and order issues. There were a couple of stumbles there. But on the whole, Mr. Khattar, I would say, was a hands-on chief minister. So he was not seen to be a liability for BJP. So I guess, he has only made a, kind of room for his, political disciple, Naib Singh Saini, and perhaps he would opt for Lok Sabha elections, and BJP may be planning to give him a role at the central level.
Sanjay Singh, is there merit in the opposition? Some analysts arguing 2019 that Balakot advantage that gave BJP that big wave, the big tailwind because of the ex-servicemen community, that spirit of nationalism. And 2024, is Ram Mandir that platform, or is there merit in the Congress saying Pehlwan naraz hai, the wrestlers are angry, the farmers are angry, the youth are angry, and that would be advantage Congress, disadvantage BJP?
Well, those who said, to my best of understanding, and I was covering on the ground, 19, I traveled extensively, 14, I traveled extensively, and in some of assembly elections also, I have traveled extensively covering those elections. Those who claim that it was because of Pulwama and Balakot, the BJP won, of course, there is some reality to that, but not entirely, because Modi, in any case, by 2019, when the elections happened, Modi, great sections of people, overwhelming section of people, I would say, believed in Modi's kind of delivery and the kind of work that he was doing. What Balakot and Pulwama did was to cement that into consolidating the vote. Here was a prime minister, here was a party, here was a government who actually strike back. जो मुंहतोड़ जवाब देना कहते हैं. Actually, there was a folly when Vajpayee government, when the parliament attack happened. Vajpayee said, आर पार की लड़ाई होगी, and that did not happen. That proved costly to the BJP. and also IC 184 hijacking. Modi, a strong government, the message went that apart from delivery, here is a strong government, and therefore that happened. In 2024, the regime begins with abrogation of 370, and therefore there is some connectivity when Modi says 370 seats for the BJP. That was their what they called Astha Ka Prashn. It ends with kind of towards closer Ram Mandir, and now the CAA. That has also come.
Tehseen, I've run out of time on this part of the show.
Just one line. Just one line.
Okay, quickly, one line, sir. Go on.
Just one line. I agree what Sanjay ji is saying about the 2019, but also in 2024 there is the Agniveer factor in Haryana. People in Haryana, the youngsters, are very upset with Agniveer, and this is going to be a turning point. Mark my words on it.
Okay. Shehzad also has his finger up. Last 30 seconds, sir.
One line.
Yes.
Because Haryana is land of Kurukshetra, our formula is Gita. G for growth, I for infrastructure, T for technology, A for Arthyavastha, which has seen maximum benefit in Haryana, and therefore Gita will guide us to victory.
We will wait and watch. We have the biggest team of reporters on ground tracking this story. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me. An interesting aspect, Haryana has been ruled by Jat chief ministers for 33 of its 58 years, but also by non-Jat chief ministers for 25 years. Remains to be seen what happens next. A quick break. But India booms the Bharat Shakti Atmanirbhar Bharat at Pokhran. Prime Minister Narendra Modi watches those live drills at the field firing range. Moments from that spectacular military show coming up on the other side of a short break. Stay with us.
जनरेशन लड़ाकू विमान भी हम भारत में ही डिजाइन, डेवलप और मैन्युफैक्चर करने वाले हैं। आज भारत डिफेंस सेक्टर में भी एक बड़ा निर्यातक बनता जा रहा है। जिन हथियारों का वो इस्तेमाल कर रही है वो उनके अपने हैं, वो कभी भी कम नहीं पड़ेंगे। तो सेनाओं की ऊर्जा कई गुना बढ़ जाती है। आसमान में ये गर्जना, जमीन पर ये जांबाजी चारों दिशाओं में गूंजता है विजय घोष, ये नए भारत का आह्वान है। साथियों, रक्षा जरूरतों में आत्मनिर्भर होता भारत सेनाओं में आत्मविश्वास की भी गारंटी है। इन 10 वर्षों में देश का रक्षा उत्पादन 2 गुना से भी ज्यादा यानी 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए से अधिक हो चुका है।
धूल का गुबार, भीष्म का प्रबल प्रहार और दुश्मन के इलाके में हाहाकार। लड़ाई के दौरान ये हरकत यहां से तकरीबन 25 से 30 किलोमीटर दूरी पर होगी, जबकि बाएं वाले T-90 टैंकों की कार्रवाई यहां से लगभग 10 से 12 किलोमीटर दूर की जाएगी। T-90 को भीष्म के नाम से भी जाना जाता है, पितामह की प्रतिज्ञा की तरह अटल, अडिग, अजेय। दुनिया के सर्वश्रेष्ठ टैंकों में शामिल T-90 लो सिलहट, मजबूत आर्मर, इसके कवच को भेदना बेहद मुश्किल। अपने प्रबल प्रहार से दुश्मन के इलाके में हाहाकार मचाता T-90 भीष्म 60 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की रफ्तार, 2000 राउंड की क्षमता वाली 7.62 मिलीमीटर मशीन गन, 300 राउंड की 12.7 मिलीमीटर एंटी एयरक्राफ्ट मशीन गन, रिमोट फायरिंग की काबिलियत इस टैंक को बेहद सशक्त बनाती। पराक्रम की सी पराकाष्ठा से प्रेरित स्वदेश निर्मित मेन बैटल टैंक अर्जुन, जिसका एक दस्ता बाएं से आगे बढ़ता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। एक बेहतरीन युद्धक शक्ति, तीव्र गति एवं फौलादी कवच से सुसज्जित एक अति आधुनिक टैंक। इसका आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान के तहत निर्मित ट्विन स्टेबलाइज्ड तथा आर्मर पियर्सिंग एम्युनिशन दुनिया के किसी भी आधुनिक टैंक के कवच को भेदने में सक्षम है। लड़ाई के मैदान में टैंकों का महत्व हाल में चल रहे युद्धों में साफ उभर के आया है। धूल का गुबार प्रतीक MBT अर्जुन के हार की पावन मिट्टी के प्रति नमन का, वो माटी जिसके कण कण में बहादुरी एवं बलिदान की महक रची बसी है, जिसमें राणा प्रताप का स्वाभिमान है, लौंगेवाला का विजय गान है।
तो शक्ति H1 इंजन का उपयोग देवी और सज्जनों, अभी आपने देखा किस प्रकार SBH प्रचंड ने अपने प्रभावी फायर से टारगेट ग्रुप 1 में दुश्मन को धराशायी कर दिया।
लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट तेजस मार्क 1 कुछ ही पलों में बाएं से आते हुए अपनी बमबारी से दुश्मन के टैंक कॉलम्स को ध्वस्त करेंगे। इसे कोऑर्डिनेटेड एयर ऑपरेशंस भी कहा जाता है। उदीयमान भारत की प्रतिभा और प्रतिबद्धता का प्रतीक तेजस, नए भारत का नया लड़ाकू विमान, आत्मनिर्भरता की बुलंदियां छूता हिंदुस्तान। LCA तेजस अपने प्रलयकारी प्रहार से दुश्मन पर बमबारी करते हुए कुछ ही पलों में आपके सामने से गुजरेगा। रेंज की सुरक्षा को ध्यान में रखते हुए ये एयरक्राफ्ट केवल फ्लेयर्स के फायर द्वारा अपनी युद्ध क्षमता को दर्शा रहा है। उन्नत एवियोनिक्स, एकीकृत डिजिटल प्रणाली, आधुनिक हथियार,
टारगेट ग्रुप 2 पर धनुष और शारंग की भारी गोलाबारी से दुश्मन के फ्यूल डिपो और आर्टिलरी गन पोजीशन का विनाश, धुएं का गुबार और धुएं के गुबार में चूर चूर होता दुश्मन का अहंकार।
गन्स की फायर का समन्वय भारत में ही निर्मित शक्ति फायर कंट्रोल सिस्टम के द्वारा किया जा रहा है, जिसका विवरण आप स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हैं। MBT अर्जुन और BMP-2 जैसे वेपन सिस्टम्स को टारगेट करने के लिए दुश्मन ने अपने फाइटर जहाज, अटैक हेलीकॉप्टर और टॉप अटैक ड्रोन्स को भेजा है। इनकी जानकारी भारतीय वायुसेना की इंटीग्रेटेड एयर कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम यानी IACCS से इंटीग्रेटेड भारत में निर्मित आकाश तीर और रडार्स के द्वारा थल सेना की एयर डिफेंस को प्राप्त हुई है। इस खबर के परिणाम स्वरूप आपके बिल्कुल सामने ब्राउन रिज पे हमारे भारत में अपग्रेड किए हुए शिल्का और ट्रक माउंटेड ZU-23 एयर डिफेंस वेपन सिस्टम तेजी से डिप्लॉय हो रहे हैं। इस हरकत के दौरान आप देखेंगे कि एक ब्रिज लेइंग टैंक BLT-72 के द्वारा लगाए गए ब्रिज का इस्तेमाल करके एक अपग्रेडेड शिल्का वेपन सिस्टम रास्ते में आई बाधा को पार करके अपनी फायर पोजीशन को इख्तियार करेगा।
बाएं वाले दोनों BMP 10 मीटर शॉर्ट स्पैन ब्रिज सिस्टम तथा सर्वत्र ब्रिजिंग सिस्टम के द्वारा रुकावट को पार करेगा एवं दाहिने वाला BMP मॉड्यूलर ब्रिज का इस्तेमाल करते हुए आने वाली रुकावट को पार करेगा। मॉड्यूलर ब्रिज की यह खासियत है कि इसकी लंबाई जरूरत के अनुसार बढ़ाई या घटाई जा सकती है। सामने और थोड़ा बाईं ओर बाएं एक 46 मीटर और दाहिने 14 मीटर का ब्रिज BMP-2 बाएं वाले 46 मीटर के ब्रिज को पार करेगा, जो कि ऐतिहासिक तौर पर युद्ध अभ्यास में पहली बार किया जा रहा है। ये सारे ब्रिजिंग सिस्टम भारतीय थल सेना की उच्च कॉम्बैट इंजीनियरिंग काबिलियत का बेहतरीन उदाहरण है।
अब आप अपना ध्यान बाएं ले जाएं, जहां रेकी दस्ते की सूचना के आधार पर आर्मर्ड और मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री की टुकड़ियां आगे बढ़ती नजर आएंगी। इसमें शामिल सारथ इन्फेंट्री कॉम्बैट व्हीकल BMP-2 3 क्रू और 7 सैनिकों को पूरे कॉम्बैट लोड के साथ युद्ध क्षेत्र में ले जाने की क्षमता रखता है। इसके ऊपर एंटी टैंक गाइडेड मिसाइल लॉन्चर स्थापित हैं, जो शक्तिशाली कॉन्कूर्स मिसाइल फायर करने की काबिलियत प्रदान करता है। इसके अलावा 30 मिलीमीटर कैनन भी लगी है, जो तीव्र गति से भीषण गोलीबारी करने में सक्षम है। ये BMP अपनी फायर पोजीशन को इख्तियार करते ही पहले 30 मिलीमीटर कैनन और फिर एंटी टैंक गाइडेड मिसाइल के सटीक प्रहार से दुश्मन के टारगेट ग्रुप 3 को ध्वस्त करेंगे। अपना ध्यान बाईं तरफ ले जाएं, जहां BMP-2 टारगेट ग्रुप 3 पर 30 मिलीमीटर कैनन से फायर कर रहा है।
दुश्मन पर प्रहार करने का निर्णय लिया है। इन हाई टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म्स और सिस्टम्स को सही इंटीग्रेशन और ऑपरेशनल प्लान में शामिल करने के मद्देनजर भारतीय सेना ने वर्ष 2024 को ईयर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एब्जॉर्प्शन घोषित किया है। चलो अभी टॉप अटैक म्यूनिशन का इफेक्ट देखने के लिए अपना ध्यान एरिया ऑरेंज एरो की तरफ ले जाएं, जहां पर आप इन अटैक स्वॉर्म ड्रोन्स का टॉप अटैक स्ट्राइक देख सकते हैं।
आत्मनिर्भर भारत पहल के अंतर्गत 175 एमिनेशन कैटेगरीज में से 154 कैटेगरीज को अब स्वदेश में ही निर्मित किया जा रहा है। इसमें पिनाका रॉकेट भी शामिल है। अब आप पिनाका के विध्वंसकारी फायर को किसी भी क्षण दुश्मन के कमांड तथा कंट्रोल हेडक्वार्टर के बचे हुए दस्तों को नेस्तो नाबूद करते हुए देखेंगे। अपना ध्यान बाईं तरफ रखें। पिनाक का शब्द पिनाक से लिया गया है। पिनाक भगवान शिव के धनुष का नाम है, जिसे उन्होंने ऋषि परशुराम को धर्म की रक्षा के लिए भेंट किया था, ताकि राक्षसों का विनाश हो सके। यक्ष स्वरूपाय जटाधराय पिनाक हस्ताय सनातनाय दिव्याय देवाय दिगंबराय तस्मै कराय नमो शिवाय। अब आप स्क्रीन पर लाइव आरपीए फुटेज के द्वारा इनग्रैड और पिनाका रॉकेट सिस्टम के प्रहार से दुश्मन के कमांड और कंट्रोल हेडक्वार्टर को बर्बाद होते हुए देख सकते हैं। एंटी टैंक गाइडेड मिसाइल कॉन्कर्स और 81 मिलीमीटर मोटर, ये सभी हथियार अपने डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट फायर से दुश्मन को टारगेट ग्रुप 6 तथा 8 में बर्बाद करेंगे। देवी और सज्जनों, अपना ध्यान इन्फेंट्री वेपन्स की तरफ ले जाएं। अपने नजदीकी सटीक प्रहार से दुश्मन पर कहर बनकर टूटते हमारे इन्फेंट्री के शूरवीर आधुनिक उपकरणों एवं हथियारों से दुश्मन की हर चुनौती को चुनौती देने के लिए तैयार है हमारी पैदल सेना।
सेना स्वदेशीकरण से सशक्तिकरण की ओर अग्रसर है। देश में निर्मित एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर विक्रांत, विशाखापट्टनम, कोलकाता और दिल्ली क्लास डिस्ट्रॉयर्स, शिवालिक और ब्रह्मपुत्र क्लास ब्रिगेड आत्मनिर्भर भारत की तरफ दृढ़ निष्ठा का प्रतीक है। नौसेना के कैरियर टास्क फोर्स, सरफेस एक्शन ग्रुप्स, रेप्लेनिशमेंट ग्रुप्स एवं सबमरीन अपने निर्धारित जगह पर तैनात होकर इंटीग्रल एवं शोर एयर सपोर्ट से सर्वेलेंस कर रहे हैं। नौसेना के मरीन कमांडोज या मार्कोस विजिट, पोर्ट सर्च एवं सीजर यानी कि PBSS ऑपरेशन करके दुश्मन की हथियार आपूर्ति पर नाकाबंदी करते हैं और जंग की सामग्री के पहुंचने में अवरोध पैदा करते हैं। इसके अंतर्गत थल सेना और वायु सेना के साथ मिलकर नौसेना अपनी योजना के मुताबिक ऑपरेशन को जल मार्ग से तेजी से आगे बढ़ा रही है।
भारत में निर्मित एडवांस लाइट हेलीकॉप्टर ALH ध्रुव आ रहा है, जिसमें एक लाइट व्हीकल अंडर स्लंग मोड में दिख रही है। ठीक उसी के पीछे एक और ALH, जिसमें हमारे थल सेना के बहादुर पैरा कमांडोज, नौसेना के मैरीन कमांडोज मार्कोस और वायुसेना के गरुड़ को स्लिदरिंग के द्वारा दुश्मन के इलाके में इंसर्ट किया जा रहा है। जब शत्रु पर आघात हो और अस्मिता की बात हो, हम चुप नहीं बैठेंगे, हम शत्रु संहारेंगे, हम घुस के मारेंगे, हम घुस के मारेंगे। स्पेशल फोर्सेस द्वारा इंसर्शन का बेहतरीन प्रदर्शन, आसमान पर दिलेरी का हस्ताक्षर।
एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन चेतक हेलीकॉप्टर को दिशा देने के लिए भेजा गया है।
यहाँ से 7 किलोमीटर दूर आप धनुष और शारंग गन सिस्टम के फायर को देख सकते हैं, जो आपको फ्लैश के जरिए दिखेगा। ये दोनों गन सिस्टम चेतक हेलीकॉप्टर के द्वारा दिए गए डायरेक्शन का इस्तेमाल करके विनाशकारी प्रहार से टारगेट ग्रुप 2 को बर्बाद करेंगे।
Traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
The Citizenship Amendment Act has become a political flashpoint ahead of Lok Sabha elections. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today accused the opposition of scuttling the legislation for vote bank politics, for Muslim appeasement politics. From Mamata Banerjee to MK Stalin and Pinarayi Vijayan, the opposition insists that the CAA is absolutely divisive.
Celebrations and protest. The centre notified the law to expedite citizenship for non-Muslim minorities from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh.
हमने कहा था हम CAA लाएंगे। हिंदू, बौद्ध, जैन, ये सारे सिख, ये सारे लोगों को नागरिकता देकर उनका सम्मान करने का काम नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया।
Passed in 2019, the CAA amends the 64-year-old law that barred illegal migrants from gaining Indian citizenship.
तुष्टीकरण की वोट बैंक की राजनीति के कारण कांग्रेस पार्टी इसका विरोध करती थी। लाखों करोड़ों लोग पाकिस्तान से और बांग्लादेश से अपना धर्म बचाने के लिए, अपना सम्मान बचाने के लिए इस देश में आए उनको नागरिकता नहीं मिलती थी, अपने ही देश में वो नागरिकता के बगैर अपमानित होते थे।
The Modi administration seals a significant promise ahead of the general elections. But the move, praised by the ruling BJP and the potential beneficiaries of the amended law, sparked strong opposition reactions. The opposition camp called it an election tactic to polarize voters before the Lok Sabha elections. West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee denounced the CA notification as a divisive maneuver.
ইচ্ছা করেই কালকের দিনটা বেছে নেওয়া হয়েছে, কারণ কালকে থেকে রমজান মাস শুরু হয়েছে, এটা আমরা বুঝি। বিজেপির খেলা হচ্ছে হিন্দুতে হিন্দুতে ভাগ করে দেওয়া, মুসলিমে মুসলিমে ভাগ করে দেওয়া।
In the south, Tamil Nadu and Kerala governments declared they won't enforce a CA in their states. Maharashtra's opposition parties rejected the CA notification, labeling it an election ploy.
निवडणुकीचा कार्यक्रम जाहीर करण्याची वेळ आली असताना अशा प्रकारचा निर्णय घेणं केंद्र सरकारने हा सरळ संसदीय लोकशाही पद्धतीवर एक प्रकारचं हे आक्रमण आणि त्याच्यासाठी आम्ही त्याचा निषेध करतो।
CAA लागू कर दिया, इससे क्या हो जाएगा? सामने चुनाव है, इसलिए आप ये सब काम कर रहे हैं? केवल इस देश में एक अराजकता का माहौल फैलाना चाहते हैं चुनाव जीतने के लिए?
Congress and the National Conference echoed similar concerns.
ये तो बिल्कुल पोलराइज करने के लिए है ना, सामाजिक ध्रुवीकरण के लिए है, पश्चिम बंगाल और असम के चुनाव को प्रभावित करने के लिए है। अगर वो ईमानदारी से ये करते तो ये पहले 2020 में क्यों नहीं लाए?
इलेक्शन का ब्यूगल बजने से चंद दिन पहले सीएए का नोटिफाई किया जाना, बीजेपी मजहब का इस्तेमाल करना चाहती है आने वाले पार्लियामानी इलेक्शन में।
The Aam Aadmi Party criticized the notification, citing it as an example of the Modi government's skewed priorities.
सीए का पुरजोर विरोध करते हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि पहले मोदी जी हमारे देश के लोगों का ध्यान रखें, उन्हें महंगाई से निजात दिलाएं, बेरोजगारी से निजात दिलाएं।
The BJP government vehemently defended the new law. The CAA becomes a rallying point for the opposition, uniting them against the government ahead of the Lok Sabha polls on this issue. Bureau Report, India Today.
We will continue to track developments on the story very closely, but that is all I have for you on the news track this evening. Many thanks for watching.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Presented by JK Puncture Guard Tire. अब हवा नहीं निकलेगी. Co-presented by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist.
Hello and welcome. You're with the news today, your primetime destination news. Newsmakers, talking points. This is Tuesday night and the big story, the State Bank of India submits electoral bonds data finally to the Election Commission, meeting the Supreme Court deadline.
Is the EC's credible now on test? Can the Election Commission ensure a free and fair poll and restore image as a neutral umpire? Also, the plea in Supreme Court to stall the Citizenship Amendment Act notification. The politician behind that will be joining us. As always, we'll bring you all the news first, though. The 9 headlines. A day after a Supreme Court rap, the State Bank of India complies, sends all electoral bonds data to the Election Commission. Poll panel mandated by the Supreme Court to publish the details by 5 p.m. on Friday. A sudden change of guard in Haryana. Old JJP alliance with the BJP breaks. Naib Saini takes oath as BJP's new Haryana Chief Minister, replacing Manohar Lal Khattar, who was in the chair for the last 9 years. Congress announces a second list of candidates for the Lok Sabha. Ashok Gehlot's son Vaibhav to fight from Jalore. Kamal Nath's son Nakul repeated in Chhindwara. Gaurav Gogoi to fight from father's turf of Jorhat. But many leaders like Sachin Pilot have opted out this time. Home Minister Amit Shah hits out at the opposition over the Citizenship Amendment Act, accuses the opposition of blocking legislation for appeasement. Mamata Banerjee calls CA divisive. Andhra alliance of TDP, Jana Sena and the BJP finalized their seat-sharing formula. BJP will fight 6 Lok Sabha seats in the upcoming elections. TDP 17, Pawan Kalyan, Jana Sena 2. India booms at the Bharat Shakti exercise in Pokhran. Prime Minister Modi observes live war drill at India's nuclear site. Big Atmanirbhar defense boost for India. First ever Tejas crash. IAF light combat aircraft crashes near Jaisalmer during an operational training sortie. The pilot ejects safely. A court of inquiry is ordered. India's retail inflation eases slightly. Retail inflation almost unchanged at 5.09% in February against 5.1% in January. And cricketer Rishabh Pant set to make a comeback in the IPL 14 months after a life-threatening car crash. Pant will lead in the first Delhi-Punjab clash. But the big story right at the very top, the State Bank of India has submitted a few hours ago the electoral bonds data to the Election Commission. The Election Commission will now publish all the data on its website as demanded by the Supreme Court by Friday. Sources telling India Today that posting the raw data will be a challenge, but the EC is making a determined effort to meet that deadline of Friday. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court Bar Association, through a googly, its chief Adesh Agarwal has written to the president seeking presidential reference on the bonds and calling for a review of the judgment. All of this leading to speculation whether the government wanted a last-minute stalling of the Supreme Court's directive to have all the data published. Joining me now, right at the very top, is Nalini Sharma. She our editor at Law Today, to tell us what has happened in the court, and Dr. Adesh Agarwal, chairman of the All India Bar Association, president Supreme Court Bar Association. To you, Mr. Agarwal, first, because you have created a controversy. Aapne to badi controversy kar di. You are putting a presidential reference on a decision of a constitution bench. Many are saying, on what basis are you doing this? ये तो अगर आपको पहले तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास जाना चाहिए था if you wanted a review. Why are you bringing in the president? क्या किसी के दबाव में? Are you doing it under pressure?
No, it is totally wrong. I am not a party to that petition, so I have no right. And now I have, because President of India has the right. So I have reminded, I pointed out to her that you take up this issue. The main issue, I think there is a confusion. I mainly pointed out that you have directed the authorities, Election Commission, to disclose the names of the donors and to whom they have donated. So that will create problem for them, because you see, if somebody has given donation to Trinamool TMC and he is staying in Haryana, he is doing business in Haryana, there will be political vendetta.
Wow, but sir, all of this, sir, these are matters that you could have filed an application in the Supreme Court if you believe that you want to. No, presidential reference by its very nature. Why a presidential reference?
Why not? Because that is under that when such type of matter is there, this will create problem. I'm not disputing. We are not saying that this provision should continue, this bond should continue. No, I'm not on that. I'm on the point when Honorable Supreme Court direct that the Election Commission should disclose, put it on website.
You are against the disclosure of these names. I'll come to you in a moment again. Nalini Sharma, Mr. Agarwal and the Supreme Court Bar Association have taken a presidential reference, but tell us what happens next. Apparently, the Election Commission is saying putting up the raw data may take time. Are they determined to meet, though, the Friday deadline? And what about the pre-2019 data, which the court had told the State Bank of India and rather the Election Commission needs to be put up forthwith?
Well, Rajdeep, the Election Commission has confirmed that they've obtained the data from the State Bank of India regarding the electoral bonds. But at the same time, they also say, and this is coming in from highly placed sources within the Election Commission, our colleague Sanjay Sharma has confirmed that this entire data is in its raw format, which is why it might be a challenge for the Supreme Court to go ahead and, for the Election Commission, I beg your pardon, to go ahead and publish the data because it can't be published in its raw format. So they will have to clean up the data a little bit before publishing it on their website. What we are also learning is that they are working on war footing. All the teams of the Election Commission are trying to ensure that not just this new data that is coming from the SBI, but also the pre-2019 data that the Supreme Court had asked for goes up on the website as soon as possible. They are doing everything that they can to meet the March 15 deadline that has been set by the Supreme Court. And although they've said that it might be a challenge to do it, they are going ahead and trying their best. It remains to be seen what happens on Friday, whether or not the Election Commission is going to come back to the Supreme Court on the same lines like the SBI and ask for an extension of time if they're not able to do it, or whether somehow they'll make it happen and put up the data by 5 p.m. on the 15th of March or not.
Okay. Mr. Agarwal, the suspicion, therefore, I am sorry to say, was the manner in which you have sought this presidential reference was in some way to question the authority of the Supreme Court's Constitution bench. That you seem to have a problem with the Supreme Court's Constitution bench asking for these bonds to be disclosed.
We always supported. Although the letter I have written on behalf of the All India Bar Association as the chairman, although I am the president of Supreme Court Bar, or Supreme Court Bar always supported the judiciary. We always stood with them.
But why is the Supreme Court Bar Association, All India Bar Association, with due regard, sir, is supposed to safeguard the rights of lawyers? Why are you getting into this matter? I mean, what is going on? Are you simply working under pressure from the government is the suspicion?
Government can fight at their own. As lawyer, as a senior designated advocate, as leader of the All India Bar Association, when I feel we have to protect that, only I am on the issue that the name should not be disclosed.
No, so is it your business, sir, with due regard to protect corporates?
Yes.
Is it your
No,
sir, with due regard, sir, is it your business to be protecting corporates? Your business is to be protecting lawyers and justice.
I have to see that land order is proper. It is not that the corporate people should be killed by general public.
No. So are you telling me that you have no faith in Justice Chandrachud and the judges who have passed this order? That you should seek a presidential reference?
No. Don't say like that. We have the highest regard. As chairman of All India Bar Association, as the president of Supreme Court Bar Association, we have always appreciated the role played by the judiciary.
So then why, sir, if you appreciate the role, why are you batting for corporates?
No, please try to understand.
Who are you batting for, sir? I'm sorry.
Five judges sitting together.
Yes.
They can differ amongst all. So it does not mean we have the highest regard, but views can be different.
No, so your views can be different, but you give a presidential reference only on a very serious matter, when it concerns maybe a miscarriage of justice. What is the miscarriage of justice here? It gives me the sense you are trying to protect someone.
Don't say corporate. Corporate people are also human beings.
Of course they are.
They are advertising the most of the television, radio stations, and newspaper.
Sure.
Why not?
No, but why are you so worried about the electoral bonds issue? What is the Supreme Court Bar Association so worried about?
I am not sad on behalf of the Supreme Court Bar Association, although I am the president. Because I have written as the president of All India Bar Association. And why I'm saying, because you have to, at the time when they have given donation, they have issued the bonds. That time, this was a valid law of the land. And why those people who have given donation in India, that system, why this was brought in?
Okay.
Because the politicians should not involve in corrupt practice.
Okay.
They should officially receive the support of the public, this corporate, etc.
Sir,
instead of taking bribe.
Okay.
You want these politicians should be bribed.
Okay.
They should contest election by that amount.
Okay, let me leave it there.
Our concern is their names should not be disclosed.
You're saying names should not be disclosed. You're basically saying the Supreme, by saying what you are saying, you're basically questioning the judgment that was passed by Mr. Chandrachud and the 5-judge constitution bench. And I do not know whether you have the locus standi, therefore, to be challenging it before a presidential reference. I'm sorry, sir, I may differ with you, but I respect your right.
Everybody has a right to differ.
Of course, you have a right to differ. Yes.
People, you are educated, I am educated.
Okay, let's leave it there, sir. I appreciate you joining me here on the news today. Thank you very much for joining me, Mr. Adesh Agarwal, the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association. All of this is raising questions now. Remember, the State Bank of India was virtually forced to comply with the Supreme Court order and submit the electoral bonds data to the Election Commission. All eyes are now on a poll body which in a few weeks from now will be conducting the biggest exercise in the democratic world, the general elections. A poll body which has just seen one of the election commissioners resigning, with speculation over why he resigned. Remember, March 15, 5 p.m. is now the deadline for the Election Commission to put up the electoral bonds data. Is the poll body, though, facing a credibility crisis as we head into the elections? It's my top focus. Take a look.
The Election Commission of India is about to take up the biggest democratic exercise in the world. But just days ahead of declaration of general elections, the poll panel finds itself under intense scrutiny. The EC has received data of more than 22,000 electoral bonds submitted by the SBI. It has been directed by the Supreme Court to publish all the bond info on its website by Friday evening. Sources in the EC say it will be a challenge to post the data, which is in raw format, in line with the deadline. It is a busy week for the Commission. The Lok Sabha election process suffered a jolt after the surprise resignation of Election Commissioner Arun Goel on Saturday. The EC, in effect, is now left with only the Chief Election Commissioner, Rajiv Kumar. The appointment committee, consisting of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a union minister and the leader of the largest opposition party in Lok Sabha, is expected to hold a meeting on Thursday to select 2 new ECs. A Congress leader, however, has filed a petition in the Supreme Court opposing the appointment of the new ECs by the government.
मैंने पिटीशन करी है कि इनके जो ऑर्डर है इनको रिस्टेन करना चाहिए और जितनी भी इलेक्शन ऑफिसर्स की नियुक्ति होती है वो पारदर्शी तरीके से होना चाहिए और एक कमेटी का गठन होना चाहिए जिसमें प्रधानमंत्री, नेता प्रतिपक्ष और चीफ जस्टिस उसमें इंक्लूड होना चाहिए जिससे इसको ट्रांसपेरेंट तरीके से संचालित किया जा सके.
The BJP has slammed the opposition for trying to block appointments.
कभी ईवीएम पर ठीकरा फोड़ते हैं, कभी इलेक्शन कमीशन पर. ये इनकी पुरानी आदत है. 2 चुनाव हारे तब भी किया, विधानसभा के चुनाव हारे तब भी किया. जब जीतते हैं तब कुछ नहीं करते हैं.
What stands out is that Arun Goel's appointment itself had triggered controversy. Goel, a Punjab cadre IAS officer, was appointed as Election Commissioner on November 19, 2022, just a day after he resigned from the Indian Administrative Service. The Supreme Court had questioned the tearing hurry in which Goel was appointed as Election Commissioner. The EC has been hit by resignations earlier as well. In August 2020, Election Commissioner Ashok Lavasa had resigned months ahead of becoming the CEC in April 2021. He quit a year after he dissented against the EC decision that gave a clean chit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on charges of violation of Model Code of Conduct. Even as preparations are on for Lok Sabha elections, the EC is faced with a credibility crisis. Bureau Report, India Today.
My first guest now is Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, joins me. Dr. Qureshi, what are you making out of the Election Commission now? It's been put on the spot. It will have to publish those details by March 15th. Are you confident that the Election Commission will do a fair job and will ensure that the public's right to know is enhanced? Because there's a lot of concern over the way an election commissioner has resigned just before the general elections.
Yeah, Rajiv, there are two issues that they're absolutely independent of each other. First, about the raw data. I don't understand what raw data means. I buy a bond. It is put on the computer that I bought this bond of this amount. I give it to you, you deposit it, and that is put on the computer that you encashed it. So what is the raw data which has to be deciphered? I really don't understand. Secondly, I feel it's bad for the Election Commission. Originally, Election Commission was given 1 week from 8th to 15th to put up this data. That has been curtailed for 2 days for no fault of the Election Commission because of the misdemeanor of the SBI. Now, in 2 days, if there is something really complicated about that raw data thing, it puts the Election Commission in a bit of a bind, but I'm sure they will come up with a solution and it will come up in time.
No, because, sir, yesterday the Supreme Court had told the Election Commission also that all the data pre-2019, before 2019, should also be put up on their site forthwith. It hasn't been put up so far. You're confident that by the 15th, the data will be put up? You don't believe this raw data argument. Am I correct?
Yeah. No, not that I don't believe. I really do not know what raw data means here. Because to me, it is very simple. The person who buys is on the computer of SBI. The one who redeems is on the computer. That data has been shared and it should be put up as it is. But what kind of deciphering is required, I really don't know. But in any case, I feel my gut feeling in knowing the Election Commission that they will surely have a solution. As regards the data before 2019, that I think our Election Commission was already in possession of that. It was in seal cover. So there also they should be able to put it up. But I don't know the facts, what exactly is the position, but I'm confident that they will be able to. Otherwise, they would have sought time right there or the next day.
Can I ask you this though? There is a question mark over the commission itself. A multi-member body is now headed only by a single individual, Rajiv Kumar. Mr. Arun Goel resigns in very suspicious circumstances, or should I say unclear circumstances a few days ago. Does that worry you? We are heading into the biggest democratic exercise and we at the moment don't even have a multi-member commission.
No, I don't think we should panic. The nation has no reason to panic for two reasons. One, I am very sure that within 3-4 days, within 1 week, the two new commissioners will be appointed and the commission will be full. And even if that doesn't happen, the CEC already has been in the election commission for 2-3 years. He has gone around the country reviewing the election arrangement. He is totally hands-on. And till 1991, one-man commission was CEC and they were handling the election beautifully. So therefore, nothing to panic. Till such time that the full commission comes in, he is capable of handling the situation.
But there will be questions whether the new commissioners also will be little more than yes men of the government. The fear, of course, is that the election commission is now packed with yes men of the Modi government.
No, that actually, Rajiv, is a very vague thing. Anybody can be a yes man. Any man on any institution, coming from whatever source, can become a yes man. Therefore, to say that these two will be yes men is a little
No,
unfair.
because of the nature of the appointment now. The appointments will be made by a 3-member committee which comprises the Prime Minister, a Cabinet Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. So the government can decide who they want. Does that not worry you?
No, it doesn't, because I'll tell you why. Because for the last 70 years, it was the Prime Minister who was deciding, and all of us came through the same route, and you did not mistrust us, and we all delivered a wonderful election. Now, at least, even if the collegium is a sham, I really do not like the idea of two versus the leader of opposition. It's absolutely a farce. But then, just imagine that maybe the Prime Minister himself is making the selection as he has been doing for 70 years.
Okay.
And they've all acquitted themselves very well.
Okay, let me leave it there. Dr. Qureshi. We'll have a longer conversation on these issues on another day, but I appreciate you taking the time off to join me here on the news today. Let's raise the big questions on the Election Commission. Is the Election Commission's credibility now on test this time? Will the Election Commission be able to restore its image as a neutral umpire? Is the Election Commission simply caught at the moment in political crossfire? I'm joined by Gaurav Bhatia, the BJP senior national spokesperson and senior advocate at the Supreme Court of India, and Adil Singh Boparai, the spokesperson of the Congress and also an advocate Supreme Court. To you, Gaurav Bhatia, first, I want to get a sense from you. All this confusion over the State Bank of India being virtually forced eventually by the Supreme Court to put out electoral bond data and give it to the Election Commission. Now the ball in the Election Commission's court. People seem to be apprehensive whether the Election Commission is playing the role of a neutral umpire, or at least that's how the opposition sees it. How do you respond?
Rajdeep, I would say that the opposition today is intellectually bankrupt and corrupt both. And I'll tell you the reason. They don't believe in the Supreme Court of India. They have no faith in the Election Commission of India. They have no faith in the EVMs. They have no faith in any constitutional body that is operational. Even investigating agencies like the ED and CBI, they don't trust. The point is that under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji, all constitutional and statutory bodies have been given a free hand. They are autonomous and they're doing their job. When you can't win elections, you end up blaming these agencies. And let me just say that since you're talking about the Election Commission of India, this is how they have misused and abused the Election Commission of India. In 2014, when the general elections were on, Narendra Modi ji was asked by the Election Commission of India, most likely under the diktat of Sonia Gandhi and the Gandhi Parivar, not to do a rally in Varanasi. Then let us talk about Mr. Naveen Chawla, who was appointed as the Election Commissioner of India, Chief Election Commissioner